Here's a way enemies now face reality. Never be charity. The enemy, your body covers whole society. Mommy's not here, gonna fight. Right here, shadow 10 o'clock direction. Seize the moment that destroyed the nation. You rhyme slow motion, give me motivation. Freaked out now and then on the rival. Rise up around, spit out all over. Rhyme like a rolling stone. Come in the crowd, watch out the room that this still out. Guess what this sound and bombs whole round. So round up, don't eat your pitch, cause enemies brutal. Moment of truth, there ain't no truth. You're the only one war, one lord. But the battle goes on, shadows all mass destruction.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to hit ground when I'm in the box. My head's way out of this bounds. Nobody's topping me. You know it's damn right. Most of y'all loving me. Doing it all night, keeping my friends closer, my foes closer. Things getting messy, but I never lift the nose up. As I get older, see things slower. My enemies looking like kids, and I'm the grown up. I'm the next masterpiece made. The new generation came up with the beast taste, but I'm the Mr. Nice Guy. See, I'm a wise guy, not a mafioso, but I hustle like mine. Lay low if you're feeling me. I'll take these beats, freaks, go crazy with me. So put 'em up in this race with me and shake with a man. L to the G's, now follow me.
Hello, it's Rox. Oh my god, I checked my sound. And it was like, my mic was at 61. It's every time I don't check that it turns out, I should have. So I apologize for yesterday, when I came back, because my power had gone out very momentarily and knocked out the stream, and then I went back live. I was like, oh no. I looked at the VOD. I had to take it down because I'm like, shit, you couldn't even hear me. Good thing it was like not like a fucking 5-hour stream. Otherwise that would have been so embarrassing. But anyway, I'm gonna play Inhuman Resources. Or let me make sure I read it right. Yeah. Inhuman Resources. yeah, if you look at my what do you call it? My stream title and you get the reference, you're a real one. Because it is a reference to something. Anyway, let's get into the game. Okay. Please enter your name. Oh yeah, I did the thing where I muted everything. Okay. I'll check my options real quick. Okay. Language? Yeah, English. Wait, no. Let's switch it to... What? French is the only other language they have available? Bullshit. Should at least have Spanish, and I'll play the whole game in Spanish. Embarrass myself. I kinda wanna do that. Voice volume? No thanks. Oh wait, no. No. Don't do that. Okay. And I'm gonna keep this. What the fuck? Why is it... Hello? It just keeps clicking out. I'm gonna keep the sound effects volume low, because sometimes they're like annoying sound effect sounds that don't really add to the experience and just drown out my voice, so I'm gonna do that. Oh wait, no. Don't exit, I just got here. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Wait, did I? Okay. Finnegan Joyce? No thanks. What the? I don't want to go. What? Okay. Fine. Okay. Confirm identity. There are 3 deaths. The first is when the body ceases to function. The second is when the body is consigned to the grave. Oh god. The third is that moment, sometime in the future, when your name is spoken for the last time. David M. Eagleman. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot to tell Bob Lob. I saw a license plate that said Eggman. I died. I need to tell him. The phone call. Scree! An all too familiar screeching reverberates inside your brain. The noise comes in waves, the pain follows suit. You try your best to ignore both, but the mere fact that you've acknowledged the awful sound means it's already won. Your phone's alarm is simply much too loud to ignore. The room is almost pitch black, save for the intermittent flashing of your phone's screaming screen. A rancid, if routine stench of unwashed bedsheets bids you a bittersweet good morning. But your phone doesn't care about what you want. The insufferable screeching drills deeper into your skull. You throw back your dirty blankets, blindly reaching for the misbegotten beast. Pick up the phone. No. Like, no. Wait, what? Hold on. I just got an email and I don't like this. Oh no. Why does shit always happen when I'm trying to be live? And everything's dead when I'm not. Oh no, fraud alert? Oh, that's not good. Oh no. Okay, fraud prevention. They're gonna claim their fraud prevention. Okay. Alright, don't worry, I got this. Okay. Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna check my volume really quick because I don't want what happened yesterday to happen again today. So I'm gonna check. Okay, I think it sounds fine. Okay, pick up the phone. No. Wait. Huh? How do you pick up the phone? Wait, do I press this? D. Oh, I have to hold it down. I see. I understand. Let's see. Pick up the phone. The slab of thumb-smudged plastic feels comfortable in your palm. Most call the device ancient, but to you, it's cozy and familiar. Like an old, if outdated, friend. Oh. No oversized touchscreen, no fancy graphics card for mobile games, no constant access to Source or G Network. Just a simple tool, with a cute antenna that still allows you time to disconnect. You've always appreciated the old and the analog, despite the wider world's obsession with digitalized process. There's sincerity in physicality, a warmth to an object's weight. You'll cling to this relic as long as you can. Sensible upgrades be damned. You have acquired old cell phone. Okay. Squeak, 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 squeak. You fiddle with the phone, desperate to stop the alarm, but no matter which button you press, the shrieking will not end. So does that mean that phone is not good then? That's because it isn't your alarm at all. It's your ringtone. Oh. Is this my first time using this phone or something? Squinting in the darkness, you barely make out the caller's ID. Hopefully, just your aunt today. The woman is exhausting enough when she isn't asking for rent payments, no matter how overdue they are. Still, should you really ignore a call from the one person still willing to support you between jobs? Okay. Press the accept call button. You can't deal with this right now. I'll hang up on her. I'll answer the call. Static crackles as your obsolete cell phone struggles to connect. After a sharp click, you mumble a hesitant hello. Hello there, sweetie. So sorry for calling you out of the blue. Hope I'm not interrupting lunch. The scratchy facsimile? I never know how to read this. Never know how to read that word. Of her bombastically condescending voice greets you on the line's other end. No mistaking your dear auntie. But what's this about lunch? Oh shit, it's 1:29. I'm awake late. But I wasn't awake late in real life. You flick on the light and glance towards your microwave's LED clock display. A shameful number stares back from the room's abyss. A shameful number, oh my god. 1:29 p.m. You wince and make up a half-baked lie, pretending to talk with your mouth full. Your aunt doesn't seem to buy it. This is like a pretty like UI. I like this, or whatever you call it. I like the font. Yeah, it looks good. Well, I'm pretty sure you're very busy with job applications today, so I'll get straight to the point. Do you have any idea when you'll be able to send me last month's rent? I know money's been tight lately, but it's already the 31st. One missed payment is bad enough, but two? Shit, landlady it is. You feel yourself deflate, glancing to the tower of rejected job applications standing proud and precarious upon your messy desk. Oh god. Wait, homeboy still does physical applications? Okay. The top sheet almost grazes your modest apartment ceilings. Oof. Not good. Your aunt suggested to print each refusal, claiming they'd make your eventual hiring all the more rewarding. Wow, thanks, auntie. You found that harder and harder to believe ever since the letters started to outnumber the dollars in your bank account. Oof. Ow. Sweetie, do you have some kind of estimate for me? I would really need an answer. Today. Let's see, you have no choice. Beg for more time to pay again. Lie to her, everything is under control. Nothing is under control and everything is going to okay. I gotta lie to her. I'm a liar. Let's see, lie to her, everything is under control. You give your best impression of a confident salesman, laughing her worries away. Of course. You'll get the money. You have tons of promising interviews lined up. One is bound to work out. And when it does, you'll have such a crazy salary, you'll be able to pay for the next 5 months in advance, or something. You pause dramatically, awaiting your aunt's amazed approval. All you get is her bitter disappointment. Sweetie, If this is how you'll behave during interviews, it's no wonder you haven't been hired yet. I can smell you lying from here. Oh, fuck. Alright. Honestly, I'd be more than willing to forgive delays if I knew you were actually trying. But you can't expect me to believe you've been pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, giving this job hunt all you've got, when you've been living in a pigsty for the past year. Pigsty? Wow, thanks. You deflect the woman's accusations, blabbering in desperate denial. But as your eyes drift over the sorry state of your apartment, your ramblings soon turn to tragic silence. You've been immune to the stench for months now. Or for a few months now, damn it. But no amount of time will ever make you blind to the altars of wretchedness your neglect has erected. Ew. Let's see. On the floor. Oh shit. On your desk. Oh no. Go back. Oh no. I can't go back. Aw, man. On the floor, at your desk, in the kitchen, even in your fridge. Pigsty or not, there's no denying that this whole unemployment business has been taking a serious toll. One thing that's gone on long enough in your aunt's pity to become well-deserved contempt. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Let's see. It's not your fault those stupid companies won't hire overqualified geniuses. Agree. Let's see, she's right, you're scum. Worse than scum. She should just evict you and get it over with. Oh my god. You're sick of pulling yourself up by the bootstraps. Why can't someone else pull them for you? It's not my fault they can't admire my genius. Let's see, society's failure to accommodate gifted minds is extensive and well documented. From Bill Gates to Albert Einstein, many talented individuals only achieved renown after escaping the confines of institutional education. And you, obviously, are destined for similar greatness. Wow. I sound full of it. So what if you dropped out of college after flunking a bunch of courses? So what if you can't hold a steady job? Even if it's the most mindless minimum wage work imaginable. It's not your fault. It's because the system is broken. Your aunt doesn't sound convinced. Damn it! She just wants her money. I don't have it. Honey, all of those people you just mentioned actually achieved something after dropping out. You can't keep choosing to sit idly at life's crossroads, waiting for someone to chauffeur you. Otherwise, people won't think you're a genius. They'll just think you're another quitter with an inflated ego, who chooses to run away whenever anything remotely challenging comes their way. You need to eat yourself a big slice of humble pie and get it together. You have acquired college dropout. You brace yourself as the woman prepares to deliver her most frequent, most frustrating spiel. You could probably repeat it word for word, if you were ever held at gunpoint. Remember, sweetie, in our world, choices matter, and the big ones and small ones. We can't always take those decisions back, and we can't control their consequences either, which means we have to choose carefully. You most certainly have not been doing that. But if you have any intention of getting yourself out of this mess, you need to start making the right decisions, and soon. You mumble something noncommittal, rolling your eyes at her endless nagging. The woman may be able to smell dishonesty, but she's nose-blind to her own bullshit. Anywho, enough of that. The real reason I'm calling is because I might have an opportunity for you. You can tell by her inflection she means a job opportunity. Your reaction is practically Pavlovian. You salivate at the thought of your unrelenting financial woes finally coming to an end. You grip the cell phone tighter, aching with anticipation. Let's see, there's this problem employee at our company. Oh shit, so I'm gonna be working at your company? He works at one of the local branches, right next to where you live. but the man has a terrible attitude and is even more terrible when it comes to, well, whatever it is you think we do over there. You picture her limply waving a wrist in some vague, dismissive pattern. More of the highly confidential stuff she can't share, but brags about anyway. Not that you're entirely sure what your aunt actually does for a living to begin with. Something to do with human resources, maybe? Needless to say, we'll be laying off the little sourpuss as soon as a fitting replacement is found. But we need that replacement fast. Company has a big business deal coming up. We can't afford to be short on staff right now. Luckily, I happen to know a certain someone in dire need of a job. And this position happens to be entry level, no major qualifications needed. It even comes with a sterling letter of recommendation from yours truly. Now, this won't be an easy job. Supervisors are very strict, and the anxiety has a way of following you home. But so long as you nail the interview, you're basically granted stable income for as long as you need it. Let's see, what does this say? Simrana Corp? I don't know how to read. I'm gonna call it SimCorp. Isn't prone to random layoffs. So how about it, sweetie? Shall I schedule something for you? Let's see, have her set up an interview pronto. Politely decline, you'd rather be rich. Oh my god, you'd rather be poor than deal with a place like that. I got morals. Politely decline. Okay. You knew this was too good to be true. There's no way you're subjecting yourself to all that anxiety for mediocre pay and horrible working hours. You still managed to answer her proposition with a courteous no thanks. Your phone emits a high-pitched whine as your aunt lets your answer simmer. Something rattles on her end of the line as though she were shaking in anger. When she finally deigns to speak again, she hardly sounds like the woman you know. Oh shit. Oh no! Okay. Listen here, you little shit. I just told you you'd better start making better life choices. Either choose to take the goddamn interview, or I'll break every bone in your miserable little body. Do I make myself extremely clear? Oh, she's... Oh my god. Like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You swallow a fist-sized lump that has formed in your throat, and your actual fists begin to shake. There's no bombastic condensation or passive-aggressive judgment this time, only a cruel ultimatum, and the most genuine intent to inflict bodily harm that you've ever heard. Whether or not your aunt intends to make good on her threat, you simply stammer that you'll at least attempt an interview. Ugh. Okay, that was a little bit of a lag. She's gonna be like, okay, sweetie, thanks. Tensions fade as fast as they flared. Your aunt's tone returns to normal, though a note of shame clings to her sighing voice. I'm sorry, sweetie. This whole business partner situation has me under a lot of stress. But I swear I wouldn't offer you this job if I knew I could trust someone else. Without missing a beat, your aunt hammers at her computer's keyboard, drafting you an email. You clamber your way out of bed, tripping over day-old takeout and mounds of dirty underwear as you rush towards your laptop. I've booked the earliest appointment I could possibly find. You should get an email with the time, address, and job description soon. Be sure to read everything carefully, and do not be late. Mr. Burgard? Mr. Burgard will skin me alive if I send him another unpunctual idiot. Oh, and don't let anyone find out you're a dropout, okay? Mr. Burgard might get some funny ideas about how to fix you. Fix you? Rather than offer answers, your aunt whispers farewell. Good luck, sweetie. I hope you'll forgive me for this someday. Oh no, well, just what am I getting myself into? Click! The line goes deathly silent, save for a droning dial tone. You get an urge to call her back, but the ding of an invitation appearing in your inbox catches your attention first. Uh-oh. Your interview is today, at 4 p.m. sharp, no less. You curse under your breath, rushing to shower and get dressed. Your stack of rejection letters gets knocked over by your charge and scatters across the room in a whirlwind of standard issue responses. You beg with every fiber of your being not to come home with a new failure to add to the pile. Chapter complete. Proceed to the waiting room. Okay. The waiting room. The packed full city. What does that mean? It's a weird phrasing. Okay. City transit bus comes to a creaking stop right in front of an old building you've never seen before. Shoving your way past crowded commuters, you step into an empty sidewalk. The vehicle roars away, fading into the misty afternoon and leaving you utterly alone. You briefly wonder if getting off here was a mistake. You review your aunt's documents, poring over the civic number, street name, and postal code, as though every character were the cipher to some secret code. By the time you finish your third revision, you're forced to concede this must be the right address. But it's not remotely what you expected. Nestled between the two gleaming skyscrapers sits a much smaller, much stranger building. Let's see. There's the unnerving facade, the decorative windows, the massive front gates, and the bronze door knocker. I don't know. Unnerving facade? Oh, okay. Let's see. Glazed gray brickwork and pale-veined marble unite to form a vast web of extravagant monochrome patterns. But despite all the details, the sum total still gives off a sense of cold, calculated purpose. Almost like an anagram graffiti artist were hired to redesign a palliative care center. Interesting. Oh wait, am I supposed to click on everything? I don't know. I will. Let's see, as you climb the front steps of the circular gold-tinted portholes, circular gold-tinted portholes stare down at you. They are unblinking, like the eyes of giant deep-sea squids. Hey, yo! Squid is in this game? The glass is too opaque to see through, yet you suspect someone on the other side is watching you approach. Massive gates in the front. Made from half-ton hunks of glistening cast iron, the double doors have been decorated with an intricate bas-relief? What? Of skyscrapers swimming in a fog. Is that smoke moving? Like on the side? Nice. Bit ironic for a stout little edifice. And the bronze door knocker. The alloy then smelted into the shape of a crowned king's severed head. Oh! The object looks so realistic, you're scared of it will be warm and wet to the touch. Unfortunately, you see no keypads, handles, or ID scanners that would allow for easier entry. Okay. The local branch of SimCorp is only 4 stories tall, yet feels impossibly imposing. It's caught between outdated aesthetics and timeless sensibilities, somehow both outrageous yet invisibly subtle, as if meant to be forgotten at a passing glance. and to haunt those whose gazes linger. You suspect you may be underdressed. Your most confidence instilling peace. Wait, yeah. Yeah, your most confidence instilling. Okay, piece of clothing is the hoodie you bought on your first day of college, a plush sweater inscribed with your aborted alma mater's prestigious name and logo. For you, wearing it is an act of defiance, a proclamation that this esteemed institution was unable to contain your full potential within its paltry confines. Others tend to interpret it far less charitably, especially once they realize you dropped out years ago and haven't held a steady job since. Stop describing my life, okay? Regardless, what you've got will have to do. The hour of your interview approaches, and you won't have cash to afford a better outfit until this job is yours. Okay, reach for the knocker and bang it against the door. The bronze object against the iron gates. Against the iron gates even harder than your thumping heart. I feel like they missed the word. Oh, booms. I missed the word. I'm dumb. Let's see. Moments later, something clicks, and a latch comes undone. The doors groan themselves open, inviting you inside. You step into the building and are greeted by what seems to be a five-star hotel's reception area. The room is utterly massive, with high ceilings that would rival a Renaissance church's carnivorous belly. Its windows let no sunshine through, and no fluorescent light bulbs to fill it with their pale glare. There are just low-hanging chandeliers and an array of green-glassed banker lamps bathing the room in burnt orange. Upholstered sofas and coffee tables dot the space like islands, forming a winding path that leads to the room's distant depths. There, a woman stands behind a desk, flanked on each side by grillage elevators. The sharp machine gun clatter of her mechanical keyboard echoes across the room. You appreciate the old and analog, but SimCorp's apparent fondness is downright ridiculous. Hopefully the receptionist won't feel the same way about your subpar outfit. Let's see. Pretend to be confident. Stride over like you own the place. Adjust your crappy clothes and meekly approach. Nah, fuck no. We're confident as fuck. With a little luck, it'll read as self-assurance instead of total fucking delusion. The dim lighting becomes dimmer the further you go, and thick shadows close in on you like claustrophobic walls. Wall-to-wall carpeting squishes under your feet, and an unfamiliar ammonia aroma assails your flared nostrils. Thanks for the alliteration. Whatever they use to clean the place smells strong enough to double as a bioweapon, but still isn't enough to erase the lingering stench of cigarette smoke. The off-putting odor does suit the outdated decor, however. Except those unsettling sculptures carved into the room's concrete support pillars. Disturbing shapes that assail you from all sides, emerging from the shadows like pretentious interpretations of 21st century demons. Okay, let's see. On your left, on your right, up ahead. On your left. Let's see. Headless nude bodies are contorted in pain as veins sprout through their skin like a tree's sprawling roots. Okay. On your right, a bleak rendition of what you assume to be Babel's tower. Is it Babel or Babel? I don't fucking know. Has been built out in steel girders. Electrical wiring and bones. Okay, up ahead. You see human skulls Scalps have been exploded, revealing interwoven helixes of DNA strands and binary code. Holy sh... I'm in danger. That sounds bad. Huh. What happened to good old-fashioned gargoyles? Unsettled by your surroundings, your eyes drift back to the woman working the reception desk. There are letters engraved on the wall above her. Above her. Oh my god. Spelling out a slogan in twinkling silver font. Oh, this must be... what do you call it? This must be Latin. Okay. Memory, maybe? Perpetuius? Okay, I don't know what that means. Mutatio. Oh! Memory, perpetuity. God damn it. Change. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Like, mutation. I don't know. Change. Okay. Or, memories perpetually mutate. If you give the grammar an overly charitable reading. You're surprised that freshman Latin year of class actually turned out to be useful. But it's even more surprising to see a corporation with a slogan like that. Yeah, that is a scary thought. You hoped your aunt's documents would have provided insight. Instead, they were mostly full of vapid statements about connecting modern businesses with industry-leading talent, or some variation of the standard corporate tripe. You wave hello to the receptionist, but she doesn't even flinch. Her gaze remains glazed over, wholly focused on her work. She's younger than you first thought. Maybe 30? Not quite sure. Sickly pale, with sleep-deprived bags under her eyes, each one darker than the acrylic of her tidy black turtleneck. Her hair is knotted into a dainty bun, her fingers devoid of polish or rings. Kinda sounds like you're describing me. I like wearing my black mock necks. I wear buns. No, he's talking about me. They move across her keyboard like demented tap dancers. Okay, yeah, no. I don't type well, so yeah, that's not me. Okay. Wait, no. Not her keyboard, her typewriter. It's a really, really old one. Made from brass, black plastic, and way too many moving parts. A relic from the 1800s that looks like it barely scraped through both world wars. And you thought your laptop was getting old? There's also a small desk bell glimmering on the counter. Maybe you should... She's a secretary, not a Victorian-era maid. Just say hi like a normal person. Ring it! I mean, why put a bell if you don't want people to ring it? I don't know. I'm just gonna say hi. You meant to whisper a polite greeting. Nervousness turns it into a shout. Oh, fuck. The woman's head snaps forward as you hit an electric shock. As though hit by an electric shock. She flashes you a beaming, not quite pearl-white smile. Ah! What the fuck? She's creepy. She's creepy. Welcome to SimCorp. Do you have an appointment? The words barely seep through the woman's gritted teeth. Her grin is so tight it hurts to watch. But there's no trace of frustration. She's the dictionary definition of too friendly, made uncomfortably manifest. Unsettled, you stumble your way through an explanation of your aunt's referral. The receptionist replies with a nod, squinting as she reads your writing on her typewriter's latest sheet. Ah, of course, we've been expecting you. I'm afraid Mr. Burgard is running a little late on this afternoon. He'll need a few more minutes until he's ready to speak with you, but you are more than welcome to peruse our visitor handbooks while waiting. She gestures to a set of nearby couches and a table chock full of company pamphlets, but you're more surprised to see someone else already sitting there. Uh-oh. A young man with a bitter look etched into his furrowed face. Could this be another job applicant? An irritated customer? Yeah, it's another job applicant, so I need to take care of him so I could get the job. Just kidding. I don't know, irritated customer? All decor aside, this is a place of business, but for human resources, they sure don't seem to keep people happy. Yeah, it's just the illusion. Let's see, your bleak musings are interrupted by the receptionist's unpainted nails tapping at her name tag. What the... I don't know how to read that. It looks French. Maybe I'll call her Mel. Melusine? Melusine? I don't know. I'm Melusine, by the way. I'll call you as soon as Mr. Burgard becomes available. In the meantime, please let me know if you have any questions. With a graceful, albeit embarrassed nod, you walk away and slump into an old-fashioned sofa. Mel's rickety typewriter clacking away once more. The couch's cushions feel quite stiff, or maybe your stressed, clenched back does, considering the ferocious stare down you're receiving from the stranger seated across you. It could well be the latter. The steady tick of a vintage clock draws your gaze. Oh my god. Its hands point in opposite directions. 3:42 p.m., 18 minutes left. Good thing you came early. You still have time to prepare before your interview, but probably not enough to do everything you want. You'll have to decide where to spend it carefully. Oh shit. Let's see, read through those pamphlets to find out more about SimCorp. Think I should do that. Let's see, Mel said she could answer a few questions. Why not take her up on her offer? Strike up a conversation with the irritated man. Maybe you can learn something from him. There's a magazine on the coffee table. Take a closer look at it. Damn it! I'm curious about all of these. Well, except the last one. Damn it. And I probably should read through the pamphlet. I feel like that's what I should do. But I'm, like, curious about the irritated man. Like, why is he there? What is he irritated about? Or what could I learn from Mel? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if she'll share everything with me about this corporation. Kind of want to talk to the guy. Time to break the ice. Hopefully it won't be very thin ice you seem to be standing on with this guy. You take a seat next to the stranger, introducing yourself with a smile. Rather than ease the tension, the man scowls as you were a clump of dog shit clinging to his shoe. Oh my god! Imagine? Dang! His snarling voice sounds coarser than a poorly maintained gravel driveway. Oh god! What the hell do you want? Can't you tell I'm not in the mood? Oof, okay. Sorry. I should have just read the fucking pamphlet. Well, if you couldn't tell before, you certainly can now. You gulp audibly, worried this person might assault you at a moment's notice. But as you stammer out some vague apologies, you notice something surprising. He doesn't look all that angry, let alone angry at you. In fact, he mostly looks fretful, meaning the man's calloused hands aren't balled into fists, but kneading each other with relentless worry. Sweat beads at the temples of his receding hairline, wearing down the gel matting down his tar-black locks. One of his legs shudders visibly, its foot tapping the floor, with the breakneck tempo of a meth-addled punk musician stomping a drum pedal. He reminds you of Mel. He has the same, not quite 30s face. Same dark and baggy, tired eyes. Same smug, black turtleneck. kept tidy as a military uniform, but his name tag reads Emiliano. Oh, wait, name tag? Then it hits you that Emiliano isn't a company client, nor a prospective candidate for the same job you are. He's a SimCorp employee. Oh, maybe he's the guy that's getting fired. I don't know. Look, pal, all your staring is gonna give me a fit. Either speak up or back off, alright? Okay. Your aunt warned you about how stressful this place could be. Best to leave him alone. Be compassionate and ask if there's something wrong. Ooh, I don't know. I feel like everything will make it worse. This is your chance to learn from someone with first-hand experience. Ask them what the job's like. Oh no. That's like the last thing anybody at their job wants to do. I feel like he's gonna get more mad. But let me ask him if there's something wrong. Oh no! I made a bad decision. Okay. For you, the hardest part of job hunting was always the impression of powerlessness, combined with a feeling of tremendous isolation. Even one person who could sympathize with your woes would have been a godsend. But this guy only reads your empathy as an insult. Are you brain damaged or just actively trying to screw with me? Seriously, if I'm getting laid off from the worst job I've ever had, why the hell would I want to get cheered up about it? Heck, if it weren't for this shitty exit interview, it'd be the happiest day of my life. Oh, I was right. This is the guy getting fired. Fuck! You have a hard time picturing this being happy, but no trouble whatsoever imagining why the man was fired. Then suddenly, you connect the dots. This must be the problematic employee your aunt was talking about. You cringe so hard your jaw aches. Offering to make someone feel better right before stealing their job is a level of awkward tension you weren't prepared for. Oof. Trying to recover from embarrassment, you change the subject to this exit interview which seems to be causing such strife. Must be pretty new to SimCorp if you're asking me that, huh? No, sir. I'm innocent. I'm not taking your job. Okay. Look, if they just wanted to tell me no hard feelings or ask how management could have done better, I wouldn't have had a problem. But these bastards don't work that way. Every person I've ever seen get called into one of these meetings comes out looking like a walking corpse. And I don't blame them one bit. Honestly, I'd rather get castrated than go into that meeting. Oof. At least then, I could bring my balls back home in a pretty little box. Oh my god. And it sent a loud keep out message to whoever they've called to take called in to take my place. Well, it said some kind of message. Still desperate, the crudeness of his metaphors and stink of booze on his breath, you sense Emiliano's fear runs far deeper than unemployment. In fact, you get the feeling he wants to protect the person who'd be taking over his job. Should you reveal your identity? Fuck. Confess your intentions and ask about this warning he has for you. Throw off his suspicions by trying to talk him through his troubles. I don't think he's buying it, so I'm just gonna fess up. I wonder if he oh no. Is he gonna kill me? Okay. After making sure the receptionist wasn't eavesdropping, you whisper the truth into Emiliano's ear. His already bulging eyes grow wider as he realizes why you're here, rather than appear relieved by your presence. You suddenly sense he's deathly afraid of it. Oh shit. You're not messing with me, are you? Are you really here to work at SimCorp? You nod briefly, explaining your precarious financial situation and assuring him that you meant no offense by applying for a livelihood he'd soon be deprived of. But the booze-breathed man doesn't seem to register a single word you say. Rather, he interrupts you by leaning in so close the surface of your reflective eyeballs practically kiss. Listen to me. It's not too late for you now. The moment you walk through that door, your chance to escape disappeared. But what you can do is lessen any damage those bastards will inflict you, or make you inflict. How? The guy who was gonna interview you, Burgard. Oh, sorry, it's still him. Okay. If your application satisfies him, he'll ask you to go through an evaluation, a questionnaire that's meant to give you a taste of the work that we really do around here. I can't tell you more without getting up to my neck in shit. But no matter what happens, you've got to do everything in your power to fail that test, okay? His plea is earnest and full of desperation, yet it's also patently ridiculous. Why would you purposefully flop this probationary evaluation when you're in dire need of a job? And what does your onboarding have to do with Emiliano's firing anyway? It doesn't make any sense. Yet it doesn't stop the man from begging even harder. You idiot! Do you not understand the kind of consequences this could have? This might just be a paycheck to you, but to me, it could mean life or literal death. You've got to fail that test. Wait, is that what happens when they fire you at this company? They kill you? Uh-oh. This is beginning to sound less like a warning and more like a threat. And judging by the alcohol-tinged spittle spattering on your cheek, that's not an especially sane one. Better cut this conversation short. Bluntly tell him you can't afford to flop this evaluation no matter the consequences. Lie. Tell him you'll definitely fail the exam on purpose. And move away slowly. I'm a lie. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna fail this exam. With a condescending, comforting tone, you promise to save the drunk man as you slink away from him. You barely make it a single inch before Emiliano grabs your collar. Ropes of slobber paint your face as he begins to scream. Oh shit! Oh no! Fuck! I keep bringing out the bad side of everybody. You think I'm fucking stupid? You think I can't tell when someone's lying? You have no idea what consequences this could have for me. You're the littlest screw-up that, your littlest screw-up could cost me my life. So do what I say and fail. You can't let them change me. You can't! The man shrieking turns into sobbing, but his grip only grows more feral. His claw-like fingers move toward your face. You're unsure if he's about to grip your throat, gouge out your eyes, or both. Whimpering, you cry out for someone to save you. Against all expectations, a booming voice actually answers. Mr. Aguilar, that's enough. Uh-oh. Emiliano drops you instantly. His heels click as he turns to face whoever shouted, like a soldier awaiting inspection. In your peripheral vision, you see Mel do the same, though her gesture is much faster, much more practiced. You, meanwhile, are on all fours, gasping for air and gagging on the smell of ammoniac cleaner. Okay. Never has the taste of chemical ever been so sweet. You turn to thank your savior, only to choke on your breath once more. Ugh, I'm making such a good first impression. Standing in front of the elevator, without exaggeration, is the most massive man you've ever seen. He's taller than a fridge, twice as wide, and perhaps thrice as heavy. The pure white of his immaculate dentistry contrasts with his dark skin, which reflects the room's dim light, like finely chiseled onyx. Oh my god, why am I having trouble? Beneath the perfectly tailored patterns of his elegant tweed suit, muscles shift with every breath, threatening to burst through the seams. His pale blue eyes focus on you as he speaks in a voice like velvet thunder. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I don't know. I'm gonna do the voice. Friend, you have my humblest apologies for my subordinate's inexcusable behavior. I'll be more than willing to discuss potential compensation if you deem it necessary, regardless of our interview's outcome. Interview? Huh? Oh, this must be Mr. Burgard, your soon-to-be boss, luck willing. The ding of an elevator is suddenly heard, and one of the grillage doors by the reception desk creaks open. The tweed behemoth sidles his way into the shaft, packed tighter than a tuna in a too small can. He beckons you to join him with a bratwurst thick finger. Why are they describing this poor guy like this? Come along now. We're already behind schedule, and I can't afford any more delays. What's more, I frankly cannot wait to discuss your future with us here at SimCorp. Holy shit! He thinks you have a future? In that moment, Mr. Burgard's big beaming smile is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. Well, that's the only choice I have. Thank him and slip into the elevator. It's a tight fit, but you manage to wriggle yourself into the lift by nuzzling up to your, hopefully, future boss. You apologize profusely for the cramped conditions, but he just laughs it off. No need to be embarrassed. Happens all the time. Oh, and no need for this Mr. Burgard business either. First name basis is fine by me. Before the elevator can snap shut, someone opens their mouth and screams. Obuya! Wait! The angry-looking man you are worried about suddenly drops to his knees, hands held together in prayer. Any aura of danger that once clung to him has been dispelled by his blubbering supplication. Sir, I'm begging you, please, just give me another chance. I swear, I'll do anything. Unpaid overtime, I'll work on weekends, I'll kiss your goddamn shoes if I have to. Just, please, don't replace me. Mr. Burgard's only reply is a disappointed sigh. His bright white smile wavers, and tangible contempt taints his otherwise welcoming tone. Mr. Aguilar, you've had more second chances than I can count, and displaying such undignified desperation in front of candidates set to take over your position is not an endearing choice. Frankly, there's nothing more I can or want to do for you beyond offering the standard company-issued severance package. The once intimidating stranger collapses as though shot in the chest. His body ripples with hiccuping wails, his fists powerlessly pounding at the carpeted floor. Your maybe future boss clicks his tongue, more disappointed than disturbed. He turns to Mel to give a firm look and firmer orders. Miss Sands? I don't know. Please assure our former staffer behaves until his offboarding is complete, will you? I'll attend to him once I'm done with our guest. The tired woman gives a nervous nod, rushing back to her typewriter as if nothing happened. The clacking keys are now punctuated by tears of a grown man. Obuya thumbs a few buttons, and the elevator doors finally slide shut. Through cracks in the grillage gates, you see the receptionist giving you a small wave, mouthing a fearsome farewell. Good luck. Before you can decide whether she was cheering you on, or trying to warn you, the floor lurches downward. Chapter complete. Proceed to the interview. Okay. The interview. After descending a short way, the elevator slows to a crawl, then comes to a complete stop groaning under the combined mass of its unevenly weighted passengers. For a moment you worry the cables have jammed. Clearing his throat, Mr. Burgard reaches over your shoulder and points to the lift's control panel. What are these symbols? Would you do me the honor of entering our meeting room's access password? If you're going to be working here, you may as well learn how to travel across the office. Just type in this symbol, this symbol, this symbol, and that symbol, if you please. Oh, and no need to be too brusque about it. Or brusque. Precision matters more than speed. With these old doodads. Oh no! I don't remember what it is. Is it this squiggly one? I could look up, right? Okay. The squiggly. The little pi sign. This question mark looking thing. And this. Wow, so difficult. The interviewer chuckles as he watches you fiddle with the electric symbols. Amused by your apparent unfamiliarity, no doubt he's used to employees entering these combinations, with the routine deftness of jaded shoppers typing in their PIN numbers during credit card transactions. You're still not sure why he's making you type in the password, nor why the elevator uses passwords in the first place. Wouldn't keycards be easier? Or normal numbers, at least? Regardless, as the last button clicks into place, the elevator resumes its ascent at an increased momentum, plunging deep into the earth, with no sign of stopping. After almost 20 seconds, you wonder if it's headed for the planet's core. You'll have to beg my pardon for the sluggishness. I petitioned to have this thing replaced, but the encryptology department refuses to let us invest in newer models. Potential security risks, or so they claim. Boogeyman hogwash, I say. An upgrade has been long overdue. Maybe once our deal with Radium finally goes through, they'll be a bit more welcoming of true progress, eh? You nod politely, pretending to understand what he means. You're unsure the display looks convincing. Still, by the sounds of it, you'll be stuck in here for a while. How do you kill time? Let's see. Give those elevator buttons a closer look. Ask Obuya to explain his employees' unusual behavior. How about I look closer at the buttons? Oh, sorry. I have to hold down. Squinting at the control panel, you try making sense of the assorted icons decorating each key, trying to intuit the twisted logic linking them together. There must be some rationale informing the design of these peculiar passwords, or passcodes. Wait, do I have to press them again? Oh, I'm just supposed to look at them, I guess. Oh, they kind of remind me of zodiac signs, but I know they're not. Okay, looks like I can't do anything with them. Okay, whatever. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, the longer you look, the less you understand what the pi symbol and Greek omega have to do with any of these scribbles you've never seen before. The bout of mental gymnastics required to even attempt drawing a clear pattern leaves you with a nagging headache. At least you can remember the squiggly line with the circle in the middle, pi sign looking thing, the little question mark looking thing, and the circle with the line. Password Obuya gave you. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Okay, in the end, you're so focused on decoding the secret behind SimCorp's buttons that you're startled by Burgard. I hope you're as excited as I am for the interview, my friend. At the risk of sounding biased, I have very high expectations for you. The woman who recommended you for this position, your aunt, I believe, she had nothing but great things to say. She assured me that you were an academic visionary, 2 erudite. Is that what that means? Erudite? Erudite? The fuck, I don't know how to read. And forward thinking to have your intellectual potential constrained by conventional institutions of higher education, a mind that bold and gifted sounds like an essential addition to any SimCorp team. Oh, okay. You answer the giant's compliment with an awkward chuckle. Internally, however, you are screaming. You knew your aunt was bound to bend the truth a little to make your lack of a diploma seem like a winning feature. But the facts regarding your failed education seem to have gotten so twisted they may as well be suffering from medically inoperable testicular torsion. What? Oh, okay. As you force yourself to smile through an unimpending panic attack, the elevator comes to a grinding halt, its grillage door sliding open. Squeeze your way out of here. That's the only thing I can do, I guess. It's a bit of a battle to wriggle past OwO, though you soon find yourself free of the claustrophobic lift and breathing a bit easier. Mr. Burgard follows suit, flipping a light switch to illuminate the otherwise pitch-black room. Welcome to my humble office. Ah, so that's what this place is. An office wouldn't have been my first guess. The rectangular space before you is reminiscent of an oversized police interrogation room. The walls are painted glossy black, glistening, oh my god, in the sepia glow of a low-hanging ceiling lamp. And if it weren't for the obviously two-way mirror in the back, the room would appear infinite in size, a boundless expanse of inky shadow extending in every direction. The behemoth briskly motions for you to take a seat, but you sink so far into the plush leather, it feels like the seat takes you. Prying yourself out of those comfortable depths, your eyes turn to the sparse assortment of unusual... What? Baubles? Bobblehead. Okay. Decorating the table's corners. Let's see, on this side, on that side, right in front of you, and scattered all over the place. Like, do I have to pick just one, or can I read all of it? I don't know. I'm just gonna read all of it. Let's see, there are piles of VHS cassettes, one labeled with tags written in Latin, Farsi, or ancient Greek. Okay. Right in front of you, there's a nameplate engraved with the words OwO Burgard, Senior Substitution Department Supervisor. Okay, on this side, there's an antique candlestick phone whose mouthpiece is made to look like a large roosting bat. Let's see, on that side, there's an old-fashioned record player adorned with a gaudy gilded SimCorp logo. Okay. The item which perplexes you the most, however, is an old vinyl record snugly wrapped in yellow keep out tape. Mr. Burgard notes your interest with an amused arch of his brow. You wouldn't happen to be a fan of jazz. You like jazz? Would you? I absolutely love jazz. Not really, if I'm being honest. I love jazz. Yeah. Oh. Click. Okay. OwO's smile can grow no bigger, but it certainly shines brighter upon hearing your enthusiastic answer. Well then, I'm quite excited to find out what a fellow connoisseur will think of this particular gem. Oh, okay. Wait, That's okay. What the? Oh, man. I didn't see any of the comments. I'm sorry. Hi, Jess. How's it going? I'm sorry. I didn't see the comments because, like, the comments show up on my OBS, but they didn't show up on my phone, so I'm sorry about that. But, Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. But what is this channel? Well, I'm Frogs. I don't know if you're listening, but I'm playing a game called Inhuman Resources. And I just play random stuff, basically. But yeah, I'm sorry. My comments didn't even update on my phone. Ah, this is a full screen game, so I don't know how I'm gonna be able to keep up with comments. I'm sorry. I should probably like type something. Anyway, well then, I'm excited to find out. Oh yeah, I read that. Let's see. Carefully placing the confidential vinyl onto an old record player, Mr. Burgard lowers the needle and bids you to listen. A strange, somber soundscape slowly fills the office with a blues-inspired rhythm you can't quite compare to anything you've heard before. It's not appalling per se, but it's perhaps a little messy and eerie enough to make you uncomfortable. A duet, voices of a man and woman muttering warbled lyrics, only adds to the strangeness. You can't make out a word they're saying except for the chorus verse. Let's call the whole thing off. Jaina and Herschel Gershwin? Twins, if you were wondering. Not a couple, despite the turbulent rumors that have once surrounded their odd relationship. I've never met them myself, but I do know they could have been bigger than the Beatles back in the band's heyday. The biggest case of my career was making sure they wouldn't be, and I found it tragic that one of their records was left intact in the world, though I also feel quite lucky to be the man who owns it. Few will ever have the privilege of hearing such avant-garde work. You utter a few admirative oohs and ahs, feigning interest to conceal your perplexity. What does a human resource company have to do with running or ruining musicians' careers? And how could OwO be employed, and let alone alive, during the birth years of rock and roll? He's not that old, is he? He's a vampire. That's what's going on. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Before you could scrutinize the man's non-existent wrinkles, he promptly clears the stray documents from his desk, making space for a repulsively familiar sheet of paper. Your loathsome fucking resume, laid bare for the world to gawk at. God, you're sick of seeing that thing. Oh man, this is gonna be my life next month. Oh my god, I'm not happy about it. You suddenly find yourself keenly aware of how dangerous the man could be should he choose to embrace violence over verbal repartee. Time to begin our little interview. I'll be asking you a series of questions. Some will appear rather peculiar, others rather innocuous. They may be difficult to answer at times, as you have not been made fully aware of your position or of SimCorp's company goals. However, I still request that you provide honest and instinctive responses. Regardless of context, they'll give us a better idea of the role you'll be assigned during your time among us. Among us. Wait, you have to ace an interview before being told about the job you're applying for? Oh, that's a red flag. You need to leave, homie. Oh, what a mess. Either SimCorp has an unintuitive hiring process, or their non-disclosure agreements are so incestuously interwoven, no one could even get work done without being strangled to death by red tape. Still, OwO's words make one thing clear. The only way you'll get hired and earn a salary to pay the rent you owe is by acing this goddamn interview, no matter what it takes. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break, though, and I'll be right back. Let me change screens. Hey, Muddy. Nah, I'm still here. I'm still here. I just been playing this. Well, it's more text-based game called Inhuman Resources. I'm about to undergo an interview where I may get hired at an evil corporation. How you doing? How you doing? I'm trying to figure out how to make this game be windowed. Because I tried keeping my stream up on my phone, but the comments don't update. So I missed comments and I feel bad. So I'm gonna see what I could do about it. Where do I go? Properties? Maybe? See if I could... Nice, nice. As a person hired by an evil corporation, I approve. Let's see. Launch options. Let me see if I could just... Okay, window... Fuck! Do I even know how to spell? Windowed. But how are you doing, Muddy? How's it going? How's your weekend? I did my grocery shopping today, so I'm happy about that. I bought a little bit more than I thought I was going to. I was like, oh no. I've acquired food. Yes. Oh wait, let me save the game before I do anything else. Where does one save a game? Oh no! Wait, does it auto-save? Oh shit, I have no idea. Uh-oh. Inventory, old cell phone, chapters. Maybe it auto-saves. I'll take a chance. I'll take a chance. Exit game for now. And I'll relaunch it and see if it'll be windowed, because it's really annoying that fucking YouTube doesn't just normally update comments. I went to Costco yesterday, eating salad from there at the moment. What kind of salad is it? I've only been to Costco once in my life. And that's because the person who I went with had the Costco card. The golden Costco card. Ah, fuck. Yeah, it's not gonna display window. This is annoying. Aw, man. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I should do about this. Damn it. Yeah, I can't do shit about it. What the? I don't want any voice volume. I want a voice of myself. But the music's just cut out because I'm like looking into another screen. I can't do shit about it. Well, I'm just gonna wing it. It's a chicken salad with beans and corn. Oh, yeah. I've been sort of eating salads too. Like, I like it for like the first few days, and then after that I'm like, alright, I'm done. But good on you for eating salads. I got like the spring mix, like the baby spring mix, and then I put banana peppers in it, like the cherry tomatoes, feta, ranch, because I like ranch. I know not everybody likes ranch, but I like ranch. I can't help myself. I was gonna put olives in it. I had bought olives with the intention of putting them in there, and then I never did. Oops. Alright. Alright. I need to ace this goddamn interview no matter what. Give a firm nod and reassure him you'll be earnest. Give a non-committal answer knowing you'll lie to make yourself seem more enjoyable. Nah, I'll be honest. Avoya chortles with satisfaction. The sound is deep and rumbling as the rock side of the bottom of a well. Wonderful! Let's get started! Question 1. A runaway locomotive is barreling down a set of railroad tracks at uncontrollable speeds. In its path lay 5 people tied down and unable to move. If nothing is done, the locomotive will surely crash into them and end their lives in an instant. You stand in a train yard next to a large lever. You know that if you pull it, the locomotive will divert its course into a separate track, However, this will cause it to crush a different person who is also tied down to this alternate path. How do you ensure all 6 people escape this tragedy alive? Well, that's not quite the where do you see yourself in 5 years shtick you're used to. How the hell are you supposed to respond? Assuming you can operate that lever, you might also know how to remotely trigger the emergency brakes. I like that answer. You run fast and have deft hands. Untie everyone before the train arrives. Ain't no way. That's unrealistic. Dodge the question by discussing other ethical conundrums and how they expose moral biases. Oh. I want to say the first one. I'd be like, oh wait, I forgot. I have to hold it down. Okay. Let's see. You're not exactly the foremost authority on train yard technological advances, but you're pretty sure conductors have developed multiple automated and manual fail-safes, specifically to prevent cartoonish catastrophes like this. Okay. Specifically to prevent... Let's see, what was I... If you have $1 million... Okay, not sure. Alright. Wait, what? You need that variety. Oh my god, banana peppers are amazing. Olives are a close second, can't believe. You got tired of that? Oh. I don't know. I can't explain it either. But yeah, I liked the flavor that the banana peppers added. It's very good. I enjoyed that. But like the ones that are like sliced and in the vinegar, whatever. Not like fresh ones. I just like the tartness. I think it's good. Let's see, that's an impressively refreshing answer. Although, to be candid, many representatives in other departments would strongly disagree with your technology-based solution. Huh? The Tweed behemoth gestures to the yellowing documents strewn about his desk, and the... I don't know what that says. Baubles? Bobbleheads, okay. At its corners, all of them appear ancient enough to have been stolen from unsuspecting museums' oldest shelves. SimCorp was built on a simple ideal that humankind's potential must not become entrapped by progress's false promises of privacy. Interesting. Efficiency is no excuse to discard anonymous practicality. Our old hat philosophies and reliance on archaic devices have kept this company on the path to success for decades, but the world is changing, and we cannot remain blind to the additional insights technology can provide. And after all, how can we think outside the box if we lack the tools to grasp how big the box has become, especially in our ever-so chaotic digital era? Wow, you're so old-fashioned. Amazing. Incredible. You're not quite sure how to respond to that, let alone how it applies to human resources, but you still managed to stammer out some words of agreement, which hopefully imply that you were thinking the same thing. No. Now, moving right along to question 2. Could you kindly rephrase your greatest flaw that it sounds like your greatest strength? Be advised, I do not want to hear anything that cowardly. I'm too much of a perfectionist, or I'm a huge workaholic claptrap most folks use to make themselves sound flawless. I want a proper, blameworthy weakness, reconfigured into a proper, praiseworthy strength. Understood? No. Why can't they just use his name still? I'm gonna say Obuya. Obuya leans forward, because that's his name. And the room's darkness looms with him. Both close in around you, like the walls of a solitary confinement cell, or the rope of an eager hangman's noose. Better think of something good. Oh shit, okay. Let's see, you browse social media during work hours, but it keeps you updated on current events and tech trends. You spend too much time chatting with coworkers, but it helps you understand them and cooperate effectively. Okay, that's a good one. You often try solving problems with brawn, not brains, but you're in great shape, so it works out. That's not true. Well, that's not true about me. I think I would go with the second one. I think that one makes the most sense to me. Cause I don't want to sound like I'm like just on the internet. Anyway. Let's see. Wars waged with unmastered weapons are doomed to fail. Let's see. Sun Tzu said that, you think? Or maybe it was a World War I general or the hero from that kung fu movie you watched as a teen. Point is, swapping gossip doesn't just provide drama, it reveals what your teammates are truly capable of. That, I must confess, is an exceptional response. To work at SimCorp is to plunge into the very fabric of human psychology and unravel every thread of it on a daily basis, understanding who people are, their wants, needs, aspirations, is integral to helping them become the people that they should be. And no one can achieve such understanding by working alone. Therefore, extending that same level of consideration to one's colleagues is an extremely wise initiative to augment our efficiency. Impressive stuff for a new recruit. I'm not hired yet, though. The man gestures with theatrical flourishes as he makes the declaration, but his conviction sounds too genuine to come off as arrogant. You conceal a satisfied grin, picturing how spectacular the man's water cooler small talk must be. Social aptitude +2. Oh, hell yeah. I'm nailing this interview. I'm just kidding. What? I don't know if I'm hired yet. This is... You know, what that working interview could have easily landed in a place like this. No morals. Okay. Now then, on to our final inquiry. Regarding your schooling, I would like for you to... Well, if you could just explain the, Goodness, how do I phrase this delicately? Let's see, Obuya's words trail into muttered mumbles, his velvet thunder voice degrading into something more akin to a bumblebee stuck in a big dog's mouth. His blue eyes dart between you and the paper's underwhelming bullet points with increasingly disgusted concern, as though finally noticing what kind of unemployable aberration has stepped into this building. It's an unfortunately common reaction to anyone who reads your CV. Oof, yeah. The singers on the record shout a loud suggestion to just call off the whole thing. Oh, maybe those singers are giving me a warning. They're saying, get the fuck out of this interview. This place is no good. Their advice, for better or worse, goes unheeded. Well, at the risk of sounding insensitive, I truly appreciate some insight regarding your academic background. How do you believe a workplace of our nature could benefit from hiring someone with such a dubiously, incompatible education? You're calling me dumb? He's calling me dumb. You bite your tongue before you can remind Burgard that your dubiously incompatible education was never actually completed. You pray this shame doesn't show on your mouth or your face too much. Of course, it was going to come down to this. Fine then. Time to prove those stupid, successful companies wrong and make being a dropout sound like a huge selling point. Let's see. You study computer science. You're skilled with technologies old and new. You studied ultimate frisbee. Oh my god. The apex of education for any teamwork-loving athletic superstar. Oh my god, no. You study child psychology. You're pretty good at reading people and creating emotional rapports. I mean, that's what I wanted to be when I was in high school. I was like, I'll be a child psychologist. And then I took psychology class and I thought it was boring. So I changed my major. That sounds too meh. This one sounds too braggy. I'm just gonna go with the last one. You study child psychology. Okay, let's see. You're unsure what kind of services SimCorp really offers, but there's no doubt social sciences could come in handy with human resources by honing your communication skills and providing extra insight into people's personality quirks. Your schooling should prove useful in dealing with clients and coworkers. Am I nailing this interview or what? You discuss some of the intricacies of your most memorable seminars, specifically those concerning mental development and lingering infant trauma, known to emerge decades later, examples of how early experiences inform otherwise incoherent attitudes among grown adults. Mr. Burgard's concern mellows into curiosity with every passing explanation. Then, as your story concludes, he regards you with outright admiration. Oh, he's impressed. I cannot even begin to explain how often SimCorp representatives fail to consider the significance of formative experiences when it comes to mapping out an individual's psyche. Childhood memories are oft overlooked, yet integral in determining the root cause of a client's wants, fears, or failings. And in our most extreme cases, identifying those root causes is utterly essential to succeed. The fact that you have such a thoughtful and informed perspective before starting your first day, no less, is truly, truly incredible. Correcting human behavior is a complicated, multi-layered process. Correcting? Okay, should I be worried? But your pre-existing awareness of that fact will be a major asset. His flattery sends swarms of butterflies fluttering about your stomach. It's been a while since you've last received such a compliment, let alone felt actual pride in yourself, as opposed to the usual undercurrent of exhausted shame. Ironically, a therapist would probably have questions for you about that. Social aptitude, +2. Okay, cool. I done did good. Oh, okay, here we go. You have acquired child psychology specialization. Okay, so I get different ones depending on what I answer. Alright, got it. The man's enormous fingers crumple your CV into a ball and toss it aside. It bounces across the wire-laden floor, disappearing into an inky corner of the abysmal room. Your chest tightens, panic swells. Oh shit, the hiring manager crumples up your resume and throws it like nothing. What do you do? Catastrophic scenarios and thoughts of crushing failure explode throughout your head, through your head. A joyous, beaming smile diffuses them all. Oh, this is a good sign. That's what we want them to do. We want them to crumple the application. Okay. To tell you the truth, this little meeting of ours was nothing more than a corporate mandated formality between your aunt's glowing recommendation and the fact that you showed up to our offices on such short notice. I knew from the very start that I'd be wanting you on board. After this discussion, I am pleased to announce that my hunch has been confirmed, and I am most pleased to be extending you a permanent employment offer. Permanent employment? Okay, so does that mean if I try to quit, something bad's gonna happen? Well, let's see, he's clearly mocking you. Pinch yourself and awaken from this embarrassing dream. Hang on, you actually want to hire me? Oh yeah, that would be my reaction. You want to hire me? You're mad. You've never been this close to getting employed in ages. You almost expect the man to reveal it was a cruel prank this whole time. Instead, Mr. Burgard chuckles, amused by your aghast reaction. I'm dead serious, friend. Indeed, you didn't just meet expectations, you exceeded them. Maybe their standards are low. Our exchange has revealed that you are an individual of exceptional interpersonal acuity, a sharp mind with an even sharper intuition honed by keen intelligence and earnest empathy. I wouldn't be surprised to learn you're skilled at talking yourself out of trouble, or persuading folks to see things your way, regardless of where the truth may lie. Of course, you'll sometimes face scenarios where social deduction and charisma will prove insufficient, but I see a bright future for you at SimCorp, managing our most prestigious and precarious operations. So, would you deem my interpretation of your aptitudes accurate? Or have I misconstrued the content of your character? I don't think that paints an accurate portrait of my skills. You're 100% on point. That's exactly the kind of person I am. Yeah, you're on point. You're correct. Oh shit, I forgot I have to hold it down. Flattered by OwO's appraisal, you relish in the satisfaction of having truly been seen. It's not every day you get such a precise, quantifiable breakdown of your unique abilities. Maybe they will serve you well in tackling the horrors to come. Horrors? What do you mean by that? Good to know. Very good indeed. In that case, I'll nudge administration to start producing your contract. Oh, it's never a sign. And it's never a good sign when it's a contract, okay? I'll unfortunately have to remain cagey about some details such as workplace tasks or starting salary, until all the legal hoopla has been sorted. But assuming you care to accept a generous starting offer... Mr. Burgard's chuckling deepens as he extends a massive hand, his blue eyes bright with joy, his tongue hungrily running over his pure white teeth. Please allow me to formally welcome you as the newest member of SimCorp. I look forward to reviewing your performance. Holy shit! It's actually happening! You're going to have a job! You're going to have money! Enough of it to pay rent! Keep a roof over your head, eat food, anything! Let's see. Fight the urge to cry and shake Mr. Burgard's hand. Let a few tears flow and tell him just how grateful you are. I'm gonna shake his hand. You cannot help but sniffle as you extend your hand, eyesight blurred by tears of sheer relief. Yet even through that weeping haze, you can still see OwO's grin spreading like a bird's unfurling wings. More specifically, those of a rapturous... raptious? Fuck. I don't know. Buzzard. Diving in to snatch a rodent with razor-sharp talons. Why are you describing him like this? Poor guy. Instincts urge you to pull away, but OwO's pounce comes too quickly. Before you can possibly react, your entire hand is engulfed within a fist size of a ripe cantaloupe. Why do they keep describing this man in this way? Huh? Uh-oh. Almost instantly, something begins feeling terribly, terribly wrong. Despite Mr. Burgard's pure white smile, it feels as though your new boss is trying to leave you crippled from the wrist down. Uh-oh. But all that pain is nothing next to the sharp stabbing agony suddenly shooting through your palm. If anything, he squeezes harder. The needlepoint pain in your hand sinks in even deeper. Deep enough for you to think it might pierce the whole way through. Deep enough for you to wonder if it could somehow kill you. Your jaw unhinges to let out a scream. Before a single sound comes through, Mr. Burgard lets you go free with an innocent sounding, "Oops." Oh, dearie me. I was a tad too firm there, wasn't I? Beg pardon, friend. I tend to forget my own strength sometimes. OwO lets out an earnestly apologetic chuckle. You force yourself to chuckle back, but the laughter takes tremendous effort. It's hard to buy his excuse, no matter how believable it may be. Panic, you palpate your palm and numbed fingers, searching for any scars left by the thing that was drilling through your flesh. But there is no wound, no torn skin, no deep cuts, not even mild bruising. You don't even feel the pain anymore. All you find is a single bead of bright red blood, no bigger than a pinhead. Did he have like a needle or something? You wipe it away, frantically seeking what lurks beneath. It is warm to the touch and leaves a scarlet smear across your skin, like a painter's brush. Yet there's no sign of where the paint has come from. No wound, no scar. There could be some swelling, but it's faint enough to make you suspect the bulge isn't really there. Maybe, just maybe, it was all in your head. Let's see, if there's no wound, is this someone else's blood? Oh, that's a good point. The man already has blood on his hands, so you put it on mine. Investigate that swelling, no matter how paranoid it may be. Maybe it's somebody else's blood. You risk a furtive glance at Abuya's hand, hoping to find a clue on his skin. Before you're sure you've spotted something, a clatter interrupts you. From one of his drawers... Oh my god, this like music in the background is it's creeping me out. It's going like ha 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 ha. From one of his desk's drawers, Mr. Burgard withdraws a slab of metal the size of a stovetop. At first, you assume it's a tablet device, custom built to fit his fingers and resist their vice-like strength. Or perhaps a turntable meant to be for an aspiring DJ painted in drab colors. A closer look reveals something older and chunkier, made of gray aluminum and solid beige plastics. Blinking buttons, flickable switches, knobs, and sliders of all kinds decorate its crowded surface with a cluttered interface too complex to grasp at a glance. Despite your fondness for outdated tech, you cannot tell what kind of machine this is, nor what purpose it's meant to serve. Your best guess is an old movie prop stolen from the studio set of a sci-fi film from the 1950s, and not necessarily a good sci-fi film. Mr. Burgard bends over to grab heaping handfuls of wires off the messy floor. Seemingly at random, he sorts through dozens of them at a time, plugging only a paltry few onto his device's outlets. Now that pleasantries are finally done with, I suggest we proceed to the evaluation portion of our exchange. Oh no, this is what the other guy warned against. Aha! You were wondering when you'd be getting to that part. Obuya appears taken aback by your expectant nod, but is even more surprised by the nervousness your lousy poker face can't conceal. Though you were told to expect a test, you were also warned to be wary, and you're not particularly excited to find out what the machine has to do with it. Is that a lie detector? Oh, come now, no need to get so agitated. I've already agreed to hire you. It's not like I'll be terminating your employment before your first probationary milestone. The format of this evaluation will be similar to our open-ended interview questionnaire, but this time I'll be presenting intentionally confusing scenarios that most SimCorp employees might encounter during their day-to-day tasks. Your goal is to present solutions to each particular problem as you deem appropriate, regardless of how unconventional the suggestion may seem. Oh, so it doesn't matter if it's ethical. Okay. Yet again, there are no wrong answers, but I will tally your responses to determine how much supervision you require during onboarding. In other words, I encourage more I once more encourage honesty over making a good impression, for both our sakes. OwO flicks a larger switch upon his instrument's dashboard. I don't know why they just keep saying Behemoth over and over. That's why I keep replacing it with his name. A low droning palpable hum fills the shadowy room. The light bulb hanging above you flickers and goes dark, bathing the already dim room in nigh absolute blackness. Only the device's glowing buttons reflected in the two-way mirror provide you with any light. That doesn't seem like a normal interview. Shall we get started? Let's call the whole thing off, the record player begs you over and over again. It seems to be stuck in place and skipping a few beats. Unfortunately, your body is also stuck in place, petrified in your plush chair. And your heart is skipping a few beats more. You give your sore hand a tight squeeze and hope the throbbing will soon stop. Brace yourself and agree to begin. Ask him for more information, no matter how limited. I'm gonna ask him for more information. And that'll be a good idea. Mr. Burgard denies the request with a firm shake of the head. Fuck. Ignorance is key, he explains. The more prepared you are, the more inaccurate the results. And I am a man who greatly values precision. Fuck, okay? Let's see. I don't like how they keep describing this guy. Actually, like, I get it, he's big, okay. Notes for the devs to improve their writing. OwO's fingers push one of the machine's sliders to its absolute limit. The room's brassy hum increases the pitch and frequency. I'll start you off with an easy one. Let's say, hypothetically, that you're supervising a group of employees from a different company. They hired you to isolate the source of their decreased productivity, then remedy the issue. And it does not take long for you to identify the problem. One of their staff members is extremely troublesome. OwO pauses, uttering a tisk, irritation. It seems he wasn't supposed to specify this mystery employee's gender. Oh. And then he speaks again. He enunciates slowly, with more careful consideration. This hypothetical individual has an undeniably inadequate productivity level. They never meet bare minimum expectations. They lack punctuality, disrespect their colleagues, browse unsavory websites with company property. Instead of dedicating their limited work hours to completing overdue, urgent paperwork, their misconduct is continuous and condemnable. The employee has been given multiple warnings and provided with opportunities to improve their performance. Both have either failed or been ignored. The client is contemplating firing the problematic worker, but are concerned that becoming understaffed during an especially critical moment of the fiscal quarter could jeopardize their important deadlines. What do you think should be done to re-establish the client's baseline productivity? Oh, I know what they're talking about. They're talking about the guy they're firing, who's like begging me, like, please, just fail at your interview. I beg you. Okay. What are my options? Okay, I got 4 options. Okay. It took you so long to find a job. Firing someone would make you sick. Give them one more chance. I'm inclined. Oh, okay. These other cards align with either technological literacy or my child psychology specialization, okay? This person should be laid off regardless of deadlines. They do more harm than they help. That's cruel. Install software on their computer that limits access to non-work websites. Good, do that. Talk with this person to understand the root of their poor behavior. I'm kind of inclined to say this? Let's see, if the employee is just compulsively texting and web surfing, why not cut the problem off at the source? Most office networks limit access to undesirable content nowadays, so it can't be that hard to set up. Plus, it'll prevent future staffers from indulging in the same habit. I know he's not gonna like this answer, but that's how I wanted to answer. Though your internet-based solution might be complicated to implement in a workspace that relies on refurbished typewriters, Oboya's blue eyes bulge with admiration, his lips curling into an epiphanic. You think that's what it says? Ooh. Oh, okay. Oh! He likes this answer. Alright. This is exactly why I keep telling upper management we need fresh thinkers in the office. The perspectives you bring to the table aren't limited to our old hat ideologies, and are much more in tune with our planet's current digital landscape. That's why the upcoming deal with Radium Inc. won't just improve our technical infrastructure, it'll improve our technical literacy and technical imagination. Furthermore, I love that the core of your strategy essentially relies on imposing discipline through ignorance and obfuscation. Is that what this is? Obfuscation. Obfuscation. Goddamn! Which are techniques SimCorp values dearly. After all, how can slaves ever think to disobey if they're only allowed to learn obedience? Goddamn! What a horrible way to think! Oh my god! Yeah, they seem so ethical. Why didn't they hire me yesterday? Okay. Goddamn. I'm not sure you're not sure you enjoy that comparison. Yet as if emphasizing his point, he fiddles with his antique device's myriad buttons and knobs in a series of complex operations. Oboya completes his complex mechanical operation with a flourish of flashing lights and a sequence of high-pitched beeping. The machine's noises are loud, but not startling, not compared to the other sound. Oh! Okay. It's faint at first, muffled, maybe distant, subtle enough to make you wonder if it's part of the record player's tune. But the longer you listen, the more unmistakable it becomes. Someone, somewhere, is screaming. Uh-oh, can I hear it? Someone's screaming. Oh god! Oh no, I have to turn it down. I'm scared. I don't like the sound of that. Oh no. That's not good. Your nails dig into the armrests of your overlarge leather seat. Your eyes dart about the room, searching for the noise's source before landing on the two-way mirror and your own aghast reflection. It's coming from across the glass. You hold your breath and wait for the scream to rise up again, but there's only the record player's music. Music and the white noise buzz of Burgard's machine as he ahems you back to attention. If you're in need of a restroom, I can point you in the right direction. Otherwise, I'd ask you to please complete this evaluation with a smidge less fidgeting. It negatively impacts our tool's acoustics, you see. It's like you didn't even hear it. Was the scream inside your head? Just like the pain in your hand from before? Or maybe massage your blood-stained palm and pretend nothing happened? Ask Mr. Burgard if he heard that person shouting too. Now I'm gonna ask him. Did you hear that? Oboya sighs in irritation, his friendly facade fading for a frighteningly split second as he states the seemingly obvious. Of course I heard it. Now pay attention. This is important. Oh. Okay. OwO flips another switch. The room's buzzing shifts into a frequency so oddly low you feel it sending ripples through your organs. The giant gestures your way with steepled, I don't know, fingers, further disturbing your unsettled guts. Now, let's say, still hypothetically speaking, that our problem employee has a more specific shortcoming. He's utterly unwilling to cooperate with one of his coworkers. Perhaps it's a matter of long-standing interpersonal friction originating from external sources. Maybe there's an irreconcilable difference between them in terms of moral, political, or religious beliefs. Regardless of exact circumstances, our floundering staffer has proven themselves incapable of playing nice with their high-performing teammate. This has resulted in a severe decline in both their productivity levels. Knowing we cannot relocate the problem employee to a new department, nor displace their high-performing partner, how do we ensure the former collaborates with the latter, despite the deeply rooted discord between them? Oh, there's more options? Missing item. Ultimate... what? Oh, ultimate frisbee specialization. So that's... oh, okay, so that option becomes open to me if I pick the ultimate frisbee. Okay, let's see. High performance doesn't prove innocence. Oh, maybe the bad employee is being sabotaged. Oh, I mean, you know, that could be possible. Success should be rewarded and failure punished. Fire the problem employee. Okay, social aptitude. Principles are learned, not biologically dictated. Teach them new values better suited to a workplace. Hang on. You did hear that. What the hell was it? Fuck. I don't know. I mean, that's a good point. It's not uncommon for higher-ranking staffers to throw colleagues under the bus just to make themselves look good, and neither status nor seniority can excuse cruel behavior. It would be irresponsible to leap to the productive employee's defense before investigating impartially. I'm inclined to agree. You puff out your chest, proud of your well-worded statement and firm commitment to ethical justice. That pride instantly wanes when OwO begins sneering. His smile narrows into a condescending slit as he adjusts the machine's specs. Uh-oh. You poor, naive little thing. Before you assume me to be heartless, let it be understood that I agree with your thesis. The scenario you speak of is not uncommon, especially in this workplace. But to be completely frank, my chief concern is the office's productivity level, not the mental well-being of a consistently inept employee. Therefore, even if a staffer is behaving problematically, I am willing to overlook minor offenses, so long as they can meet a deadline. Oof. As for those, their negligence effects, well, that part is rather unfortunate, yes, but we have ways of making them forget anything untoward happened in the first place. Before you can ask the interviewer what the hell he means, another sound reaches your ears. It's not a person's scream this time, but neither is it the vinyl's tune, nor a machine's hum. Rather, it resembles a dull, wet, rhythmic thud. I don't like that. Once, twice, thrice you hear it. A little louder every time. Your eyes dart about the room, looking for the noise's source. You find it staring back at you from across the two-way mirror, begging to be let out. Oh my. Your mouth goes dry as it hangs open. Your finger shakes as you start to point. All that remains is silence. and a message written in scarlet smears. A cry for help no one can answer. All he does is harumph at it, annoyed. I really need to put more pressure on that janitor. The soundproofing in here has been unacceptable as of late. With more grouchy grumbling, he tweaks a couple of the device's knobs, as if nothing had happened. Then, noticing your aghast expression, he furrows his brow, not with concern, but with confusion. Is something the matter? You shake your head. You must be hallucinating. What's going on back there? What kind of evaluation is this? I gotta be honest. Your voice cracks as you shout, but OwO appears unperturbed, bored even, perhaps disappointed at your lack of calm, reluctant or perhaps defeated. The man provides a brief, albeit unpleasant explanation. Was he gonna be honest with me about what's going on here? As stated previously, contractual obligations prevent me from revealing classified company details. However, I assure you, this is all standard Evil procedure. Now, please control yourself until said procedure is completed, or I'll have to contain your outbursts by any means I deem appropriate. But I haven't signed anything! You may not! You don't like the sound of that? Play along for now? Procedure? What procedure? Tell me what's going on or I'll call the police. Maybe I can save everybody. I'm just gonna play along. Terrified of ending up like the person across the glass, you scrunch your lips shut and silently pray this meeting will end with your life intact. OwO applauds your wisdom with an ever-widening smile. Wonderful! I am thrilled you're willing to be so cooperative despite these distractions. Now, regarding the conclusion of our conjectural conundrum. Let's say, and I cannot stress this enough, that our aforementioned staffer is hypothetically assigned to contain a major data breach. One with consequences that could spell disaster for the company and coworkers alike. The sensitive nature of this task requires them to exterminate or indefinitely debilitate any individuals who have witnessed this leak information. Oh. So you want to... So you're saying that's how you take care of the problem? Killing? Okay. So that they become incapable of further dissemination. In this case, the information has only been accessed by two people. The employee's spouse and their prepubescent offspring. Oh my... Hypothetically, sure. So you want the employee to kill his wife and child because of the data breach? Oh my god. Needless to say, our employee is reluctant to perform their duty to exterminate these individuals. However, if the family member remains alive, the company stands to lose everything. Furthermore, should they refuse to tie up these proverbial loose ends, you will be required to do so in their place, as outlined in your SimCorp contract. Did I sign it? I don't remember signing it! He's gaslighting me! Oh my god! In short, how do you ensure these targets perish as intended, and that the data breach remains contained, regardless of this problematic employee's hesitation? Missing stat, physical faculty? Missing item, computer science specialization. Oh. Let's see, beg the employee to go through with it. Killing those two people could save hundreds. No! No one should kill their family to bury company secrets. There has to be a better way. I'm inclined to say there has to be a better way. He's not gonna be happy with my answer, I don't care. As you stammer your undignified answer, Mr. Burgard's expression goes from jolly to deadpan faster than you can blink. He fiddles with his instrument's settings with a disappointed frown, indifferent to your pleading. Normally, I'd applaud any employee willing to consider better ways of doing things around here, But I sense you're less interested in optimizing your duties and more concerned with avoiding them. Frankly, if this is how you react to a hypothetical version of this scenario, I loathe to imagine your reaction when actually confronting the situation in the workplace. You need to learn how to perform under pressure around here. And fast. Drumming upon a few more buttons and eliciting a few more beeping noises, your manager's expression shifts somewhat as the strange machine's monitor displays your evaluation's final score. You can't be my manager yet. I didn't sign anything. Am I going mad? Well, the good news is that your score is acceptable. Or entirely acceptable. Not impressive, mind you, but acceptable nonetheless. Oh, so I pass? So I pass? I get the job? Your mind is obviously quite sharp, and you have good critical reasoning when it comes to human-facing issues. But you buckle under pressure whenever unnecessary ethical considerations are involved. To show compassion in our line of work is often little more than naive self-imposed handicap. Whether or not you overcome that handicap will ultimately determine your competence in engineering a doppelganger. Huh? Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Doppelganger? Unfazed by your panic or bafflement, Mr. Burgard reaches for a nearby candlestick phone. The mouthpiece is realistically macabre. Rinsing bat design makes it seem like he's clutching a live... What? Pipistrel? Pipistrel? I don't fucking know what that says. And shoving it against the cavern that is his giant mouth. We're done here. You can show them now. Show? Show what? Oh my god. On the other end of the line, a reply is chirped. Obuya's hands you the phone and motions you to listen in. His pure white smile looks wide enough to tear his cheeks at the seams. Wait, are they gonna... Oh no, are they gonna show me, like, that employee that they're, getting rid of? Basically. Accept the phone. Well, I have no choice. You gingerly seize the occult antique. It takes you a few times to grasp how the winged mammal is meant to be held, and even longer to hold the earpiece to your head. By the time you've figured it out, you wish you hadn't. Uh-oh. No! No! No, 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 no! Fuck. The two-way glass at the back suddenly turns transparent, revealing yet another room filled with aesthetic contradictions and logical abnormalities. Your first urge is to scream, but your voice makes no sound. Perhaps your cries are deafened by whatever the fuck is going on. The screams. The screams. The terrible screams. Oh my god. Am I complicit? Am I complicit? Oh my god. You stand before what seems to be a hospital operating room. Its walls adorned with a mix of dark wood panels and mounted stag heads, bathed in the sterile glow of circular fluorescent lamps. At the far back you see silhouettes of two surgeons toiling away behind a curtain, carving apart the skulls of their fully conscious, unsedated patients. You want to look away, but you can't even blink. There's just too much to take in. Oh my god. I can't work here. I can't work here. This is bad. This is bad. Let's see. There's the patients themselves. There's the surgeon's tools. There's the televisions hanging from the ceiling. And there's the woman taking notes. The surgeon's tools. Blood-stained aprons hang from the wooden coat racks, while stainless steel surgical trays contain an assortment of gruesome devices, bone saws, hand crank drills? I don't know. And strangely hairy, bone-white bowls, glistening with dark red. Your stomach gurgles upon realizing they're the sliced-off tops of human skulls. Oh my god! Oh my god, I want to throw up. That's so gross. Patients? They almost look like twins. Both have been tied down with belts to their respective surgical tables. Both are men with tan skin, furrowed brows, and bloodshot stares. Both have the tops of their heads partially concealed by curtains, where the surgeon's silhouettes prod their scalps with forceps. Only one of them is screaming, as though death would be a mercy. Holy shit, this place... I need to run. There's the televisions hanging from the ceiling. Boxy Technicolor units have been suspended above each patient's head. Their crackling screens blast them with unrelenting montage of childhood videotape footage, warbled ECG readouts, brain scans, and news network broadcasts. Each man's eyelids are held open by metallic speculums, denying them the privilege of looking away. This place is absolutely barbaric. What the fuck? And there's a woman taking notes. She stands with her back to you, jotting down the observations on a clipboard as she studies each victim's distinct reactions. Though her shoulders are shaking, she writes with a steady hand. The muffled sounds of saws slicing through bone threaten to make you throw up. But instead, you feel your heart sink deep into that pit of nausea and realize something truly chilling. You recognize two of the people in that room. Look more closely at the screaming patient. Look more closely at the clipboard-wielding lady. I feel like that's Mel, so I'm gonna go with the first one, which I think is Emiliano. Yep, I was right. Though his face is warped by fear and pain, there's no mistaking Emiliano Aguilar, the problem employee you were sent to replace. And across the two-way mirror, he recognizes you as well. He shrieks into... His shrieks turn into sob-choked pleas. His voice a feral shadow of the coarse drawl it once was. You... Please, tell them I'll change. Tell them I'll do better. Just don't let them replace me. Mel, I'm begging you. You can't do this to me. I have a Oh man, poor guy. Oh my god, that's so heartbreaking. His words are cut off by gurgling spasms, his eyes rolling into the back sockets. Into their back sockets, yeah. Back into their sockets, as the surgeon's silhouette behind him cuts something inside his head. Blood and brain matter splatters the curtain, hiding the worst of the scene. But sounds of squelching meat and bone still carry over the receiver. Yet it's the other, calmer patient's voice that truly makes you nauseous. He doesn't just look like Emiliano. He sounds like him. Exactly like him. Oh! This is what they were talking about, like, doppelganger? Emiliano Aguilar? Question mark? You! Please! Tell them I'll change! Tell them I'll do better! Just don't let them replace me! The lookalike's face remains impassive, even as his exposed brain is prodded at by... Wait, what? Okay, never mind. Sorry. Is prodded at with a hand crank drill. Yet the imitation of his neighbor's blood-curdling cries is perfect. Every nuance, every pause for breath, reenacted to the finest detail. Better than any audio recording you could ever imagine. More immaculate a simulacra than any man or machine should ever be capable of. It's so perfect, in fact. You're no longer certain which is the real Emiliano. Hey, Mel, how's that? Am I laying the accent on too thick? It seems fine to me, but I'd, recommend letting your voice crack once in a while. It's been known to happen when Mr. Aguilar is heavily inebriated, and considering his drinking disposition, that particular nuance will come up quite frequently. Gotcha. I'll give it another go. Hey, pal, can you give me some fresh material to rehearse? You're all a bunch of fucking psychos! Motherfucking heartless psychos! Emiliano sobs and howls himself raw, retching as the surgeon hacking his cerebellum induces full-body spasms. The other Emiliano merely clears his throat before howling much the same. You're all a bunch of psychos! Motherfucking heartless psychos! How about that? A bit better? Considerably. I'll, notify the post-op technicians to implant a few more speech impediment inducing memories and apply brain damage relative to Mr. Aguilar's alcoholism. That should iron out the last neurophysical kinks. The other Emiliano gives a firm thumbs up, leaning back to enjoy his lobotomy with the I don't know, indulgence of an expert barber's scalp massage. Mel turns to face the glass, her wide smile pulled painfully taut. She looks at you with tears and mascara streaking down her face, her grin seeming to cause more pain than either patient's cerebral surgery. Was there anything else you needed to see, Mr. Burgard? No, thank you, dear. That'll be all. I just wanted our new hire to get a better idea of the daily grind. Oh, but do let me know if we need to make adjustments. Hey, what's going on, Kimsu? How are you? How's it going? I know you were on one of my other streams a bit ago, and it didn't click in my head who you were. I'm sorry. How are you? How's it going? I am still trying to get through Final Fantasy X. I am at the last chapter, I believe. Inside Sin. So I'm doing some more off-screen grinding before like the fight with you, Yevon, and stuff like that. I saw you visit I saw you were live, so I thought I'd give you a visit. How are you? How's your weekend? Did you eat anything good today? I'm just here playing Inhuman Resources. It's very unnerving. Let's see. Oh, but do let me know if we need to make adjustments to... Wait. To medicate? Nutrition, something. Okay, whatever. I'll be on standby. With a curt nod, the receptionist turns her back. You hear a click, then a dial tone, and the phone's ceaseless screaming abruptly cuts off. Across the glass, Emiliano thrashes with all his might, the sound of his screeching muted once again. So, what did you think? What do I think? I don't want to work here. It's evil. I wasn't on the YouTube chat, so I didn't respond. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I don't really know what it's like to stream on like multiple platforms at the same time. Just sometimes I like notice when like a streamer is talking and like it doesn't match up with the chat that I'm in. I'm like, oh, they must be like like platform streaming. That's okay, it's no problem. Let's see, pretend to be calm and curious so you can figure out what the hell is happening. Demand your boss to explain what the hell they're doing to these people. You know what? I need to work from the inside. So I'm just gonna be calm. You've studied childhood trauma long enough to know explosive reactions incite abusers to commit further violence. Even though it almost kills you, you keep your voice as steady as possible, expressing mild surprise and even milder confusion about the absolute nightmare unfurling before you. Mr. Burgard looks pleased as punch by your polite interest. A seismic laughter creeps up in his carnivorous throat as he gestures to the two Emilianos. I'm glad you're coming to this with an open mind. Most recruits get surprisingly antsy at this stage of our proceedings. What you see here is the most common and most heavily patented human resource service SimCorp provides. We replace troublesome members of society with specially trained lab-raised actors that will live more efficient lives in our target's place. Okay, so yeah, it's like kind of like simulacra. Okay. And what's more, we perform today's processes all according to your specifications. No. I didn't have anything to do. No. Your specifications? You had nothing to do with this. Unperturbed by your protests, Burgard motions to the silhouetted surgeons currently picking at both Emiliano's wet and naked craniums. First, as standard procedure, we have our doppelgangers undergo extensive surgeries. This ensures their size and appearance matches their target. However, we also perform highly precise neuroexcisions and hormonal dosing sessions to ensure both replacement and replacee have identical synaptic pathways. This means they'll share the same tastes, reflexes, and handicaps wherever applicable. Oh, that's not good. Furthermore, as per your suggestion, I've encouraged our surgeons to physically excise all sections of the brain unrelated to workplace performance. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I just said no. I just said to tweak your technology, not his brain. Oh my god. I'm not entirely sure if that's how those so-called firewalls are supposed to work for computers, but either way, our doppelganger should only know obedience and thus never disobey. Oh, that's not good. After completing his bleak announcement with a showman's tone, the giant points to the device on his desk. Its myriad cables run along the floor and worm their way through the slits into the two-way glass, connecting to the flashing televisions hanging above the patients' faces. Next, we bombard our subjects with doctored historical information and falsified childhood memory footage to rewrite their lived experiences. This will erase problematic attitudes and induce more desirable proclivities. Oh man, I'm not surprised if they were working on this now. That's fucking scary. As you can tell, the process is rather unpleasant for the original Aguilar, who is experiencing the unnerving of his own identity, or unraveling of his own identity in real time. But remember, his suffering is inconsequential, next to the heightened performance of his superior colleague. Besides, if done right, neither Emiliano will remember this. Oh god. Scary. With an emphatic flourish, Obuya tweaks another one of his machine's many knobs. A television screen flickers, replacing its gruesome sideshow with warfare footage, with pictures of pastoral farm. Okay. The louder Emiliano screams, then screeches. Finally, Avuya nods to Mel, whose eyes glance between both of her patients, taking notes whenever one of them imitates the other. The two are becoming increasingly impossible to tell apart. Last but not least, Miss Sains, I don't know, arguably has the most important task of all, quality assurance. You see, our procedure is human, not mechanical. Instinct trumps algorithm when it comes to understanding people. Thus, it's imperative for staffers with an eye for social cues to study the effects of non-sedated lobotomies, particularly during back-and-forth exchanges between target and replacement. This allows us to adjust medaic, I don't know, nutrition quickly, and to identify overlooked flaws in body language, voice modulation, or personality. This all ensures our doppelgangers perform their jobs correctly. In other words, she will be ensuring that at least one of these Aguilars exterminates their family members correctly. Mel is a woman who comes up with solutions, you see, not excuses. Holy shit, he wasn't lying. He may not have pulled the trigger, but you did help him load the gun. Oh, fuck. As you reel from the weight of revelation, OwO holds up 3 fingers. One by one, he curls them down. Physical rewiring? Psychological reconditioning? Social reintegration? These are the pillars upon which SimCorp's substitution services are built. This is how we guarantee that tens of thousands of doppelgangers currently deployed to the public perform exactly as they must. It is how our company has controlled the course of human civilization for years upon years, steering it in whatever direction our executives deem right. It's how the people have shown up at the right times and places, and how wrong items or ideas have never appeared at inopportune occasions. And it's how you will help us do our job, regardless of which department you're ultimately assigned to. So, are there any further questions about your new job's responsibilities? Fuck. Questions? Screw you. You won't get away with this. I don't think that would be smart. That won't be smart to be like, nah, you won't get away with it. I feel like they're more powerful than I am right now. Why the hell is SimCorp doing this to people? Why didn't my aunt tell me about this? I'm just gonna go with this one. It seems like the more safer question to ask. The only logical explanation is that she didn't know this kind of insanity was occurring at her workplace. After all, the woman can definitely be a little heartless, but she wouldn't stoop to getting you a job torturing people just to get her rent money, would she? Oh, I'm afraid your aunt was very aware of the procedures we conduct here. She's undergone one herself, after all. It's part of what makes her such an exceptional recruiter. But please don't resent her for keeping such sensitive information confidential. To borrow an expression, we have many fingers shoved quite deep into a surprising amount of pies. What? That's weird phrasing. OwO spreads his arms, taking up a dramatic stance. His muscular limbs cast a vast, all-consuming shadow, much like the one his company must cast over the world. Societies, you see, are merely sets of rules meant to control select populaces, enforced by means of moral codes and legislative threats. Histories are naught but narratives parading as objective fact, deterministically controlling the future by redefining the past. Economies are broad equations engineered to establish hierarchies and restrict freedoms indirectly. Our missive is to alter the evolution of all these entities everywhere in the world for our betterment of our species. This can mean overturning governments with silent revolutions, establishing or destroying businesses to reroute the flow of wealth, even altering history in ways that force us to reinterpret the present. Goddamn, that's evil. That's manipulation on steroids. What the fuck? And to back up, wait, where is it? He said my aunt underwent their little experiment. That's not good. How's my character not freaking out about that? All the world's a stage. Men and women, merely players, but SimCourt is a playwright, casting every actor's role. Today your role has been decided too, and if you care to keep a roof over your head, you should refrain from delivering a disappointing performance. OwO's index finger prods your chest as he speaks. Each tap is like a bullet thudding against a Kevlar vest. Across the mirror, Emiliano screams as though he felt those gunshots too, his cries an ode to the dark future which awaits you. A future of perpetual, inescapable servitude. OwO is right. You need money. Agree to work here until you've saved enough to quit. I wish I could like save so I could make a different choice. I don't think I can though. Doesn't look like I can. Codex. Goddamn, she's creepy. You can't torture people no matter how badly you need the cash or refuse the job. Fuck. I need to see how they operate to take them down. Alright, so I'll accept the job. The thought of helping these sick monsters makes you sick, but turning down the offer means you'll end up on the street. Thus you promise Burgard to work hard and do better than Emiliano. For now. Wonderful, but be advised, you'll need to perform very well for a very long time if you intend your time with us to be temporary. After all, we've already signed our first contract, and its strictest clauses do not expire anytime soon. The man's pale eyes drift towards your hand. The one he shook that you thought was bleeding. Looking into your palm, you realize the hunch was fully justified because something did pierce it. There's a lump beneath the skin. Oh, was that the contract? The handshake? Oh no. Oh no. A small, subtle, rectangular protrusion you hadn't noticed until now. Probably because it wasn't flashing, let alone making such an obnoxious sound. Beep, 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 beep. You have to excuse me, I work with kids. This, my friend, is what we refer to as a non-disclosure microchip. I did not agree to this is not, I did not consent, sir. A brand new addition to our confidentiality policy, specifically designed by our future partners at Radium Inc. It serves as an ID to access our offices, but also as an employee loyalty failsafe. Should you ever emit brain activity associated with treason, unauthorized divulgence of confidential data, or any such nasty business, the chip will emit a warning signal. Should the warning go unheeded, a lethal dose of borodinium-120 will be discharged. A nigh untraceable radiotoxic isotope, capable of inducing total organ shutdown within seconds. Don't give them ideas! Oh my god, that is sickening. What the fuck? Just imagine, like, you're doing anything that goes against our company. We got you, alright? Our special chip will kill you. Oh my lord. In other words, unless you care to experience a particularly messy demise, I suggest you remain on your best behavior until you die of natural causes. Oh no. Let's see, you have... Shit, I'm sorry. You have acquired non-disclosure microchip. Fuck. Beep 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 beep. I can't contain myself, alright? The horn on the bus goes beep beep beep. Sorry. Fuck. I'm sorry. The microchip starts bleeping faster until it matches the demented tempo of your beating heart. No telling which of the two is about to explode first. The signal is interrupted by Mr. Burgard tisking as he checks his belt-sized watch. Dearie me, it seems I lost track of time. Other appointments to beckon. I'm afraid our meeting is at an end. You'd best return home and get plenty of rest. You'll need it for your onboarding. Oh, but please, don't make the mistake of thinking you can run away and never return, I hear that you left college when things became unpleasant. But that same exit strategy is not an option here. You, and any doppelganger we design to replace you, shall forever be a member of SimCorp family. No! 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 I done really fucked myself. Oh god. So I'm trapped forever with this company. Oh my god. R.I.P. Disheartening as this may seem, I recommend keeping a stiff upper lip. Being trapped for all eternity is much nicer if you approach it with a go-getter attitude. As Abuya chuckles, an elevator door screeches open behind you. The open shaft greets you with the gaping maw of a deep-sea fish. You glance between it and your manager, debating which is worse, wondering if you can really leave. When Obuya smirks and winks at you, amused by the fear, you make a run for it. Eventually, the grillage gate slams shut. The floor lurches upward, and Mr. Burgard waves goodbye, speaking the most chilling words you've heard all day. See you tomorrow. Beep, beep, beep. Your microchip's alarm slows to a crawl as all your hopes and dreams die in a slow, whimpering death. Oof. Congratulations! You're hired! Chapter complete. Proceed to nervous breakdown. Oh my god. Yeah, you know, that's an understatement right now. You're back at your apartment, and you're not sure how you got home. Probably because your brain is full to bursting with things you've never wanted to know. SimCorp, doppelgangers, the fact that Burgard expects you to arrive at 6 a.m. tomorrow and learn even more? It's just too much. Ooh, okay. For a moment, you contemplate physically clawing out the knowledge festering inside your skull, but the intrusive thought evokes a far too vivid, far too visceral memory of what was happening to Emiliano. And it's what might happen to you next, should you choose to disobey. You don't turn on the lights. Don't collapse on your bed and cry. Don't indulge in whatever modest vices normally get you through each day. You merely toss your phone onto the counter, rush to the bathroom, drop down to your shaking knees, and void the contents of your stomach into a familiar bowl of porcelain. Homie is sick. Homie's like, oh hell no. I mean, okay, yeah, you know, that tells me you're human. As per usual, vomit is both relief and agony. Vomiting is very unpleasant. I'm always begging for it to stop when it happens. I hardly vomit though. Let's not let me not push my luck. Because every time I say nah, this never happens to me, then it happens. It burns your throat, knots your stomach, makes you wish you were dead. Yet the pain provides distraction from the horrors of the day. True, yeah. In the moment, I'm like, oh my god. It's a shame you haven't eaten much. The distraction would have lasted longer. Wiping strands of puke-tinged saliva off your chin, you go to wash your filthy face and brush the bile off your teeth. It's bad for enamel, dentists claim. However, upon witnessing your reflection in the mirror, you freeze. A sagging, gaunter, hollow-eyed shadow of a person you used to know stares back. It's enough to make you wonder if you've also been replaced. Oh shit. Everybody's a simulacra! Everybody's a simulacra. Okay. Missing stat. Physical faculty. Well, I'm sorry I'm not a fine physical specimen. Replacement victims get their skulls sawed open, search for signs of a lobotomy scar. I mean, ain't no way. No. This is too much. Leave and go cry yourself to sleep. I mean, we should just check. Just check. You palpate your hairline for irregularities, flinching at every unfamiliar bump or budding bit of acne. But greasier than average scalp aside, you find nothing out of the ordinary. Rather than breathing a sigh of relief, a new doubt nags at you. OwO said there were countless doppelgangers already deployed to the public. There's no way that would go unnoticed if they had massive zigzagging pockmarks looping around their heads. They must hide the wounds somehow. Maybe with permanent makeup or epidermal grafts, or worse. Mind racing, heart pounding, knees weak, arms are heavy, mom's forget. Okay. You leave behind your puke-clogged toilet and begin searching for bleach to wash off your own skin. As you navigate the unlit apartment, you sidestep stacks of trash and laundry by memory alone. You haven't tidied up in a long time. The placement of each garbage landmine is familiar enough to be subconscious. And that's what lets you realize something is wrong. Huh? What do you mean? The floor is squeaky clean against your feet. Your bedsheets snugly pulled and fitted. The musk of shame and sweat, or body sweat, replaced by one of ammonia. In a panic, you flip the switch on. Your suspicions are confirmed. Oh no. They tampered with my apartment, I think. They tampered with the apartment! That's not good. Well, I just noticed, like, my PNG's, like, thigh-high sakis kind of match this background. Alright, let's see. Someone broke in while you were gone, and they cleaned the place. This could be SimCorp's doing. Check for surveillance equipment. Okay. Technological literacy, social aptitude. Find out if anything was stolen. You might uncover the intruder's intentions. It's not safe here. Call a friend to stay over for the night. Let me see what happens with the third option. Yeah, this doesn't feel safe. Of all the ways a break-in could have ended, this feels like the best possible outcome for a worst-case scenario. But after today, it's the straw that breaks the camel's back, or already busted back. And as you open your phone's contact list, that piece of straw becomes a hay bale. The contact list is empty. Fuck! Oh my god! Guys, I'm so fucked. Okay. Oh no. They've like... They're like wiping my entire... What? To what end? What is their goal? What is their goal? I mean, I know, you know, the thing about the doppelgangers, but like... Why? Why? Now it has me, like, questioning, like, oh my god, is this happening for... Okay, no. You don't know how or when, but every single name and number has been scrubbed from the device, except for two. One is your aunt's phone number, complete with her office extension. The other is Obuya Burgard's, which was never there to begin with. Yeah, they when did they do all this though? What? It seems SimCorp has taken proactive steps to keep you from babbling to anyone but fellow staffers. Well, yeah, you know, they probably would have infused me with that poison if I had been able to leave. I think it's intentional because they don't want it getting out what they're doing. Terrified, you drop the phone and try to rush out the front door, but the handle jams midway as you turn it. Huh? You're locked in from the outside, and something tells you it won't unlock until it's time for your first shift. Your life is no longer yours to live. It belongs to the company. Oh my god, that's awful! I'm sorry, this game is like fucking tripping me. It's tripping me out. Your skull throbs as you contemplate methods to escape, but every option you come up with feels more futile than the last. Leaving the country and changing your name likely won't be enough to wriggle out SimCorp's grasp. Suicide? Nothing accomplishes nothing. Doppelgangers can replace you. Considering betrayal by leaking company secrets? Beep, 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 beep. Oh shit, it's reading my thoughts. Oh. You're like, don't think about betraying us. Like, that's your warning. A pinprick of green light flashes beneath your palm as SimCorp's ID chip reacts to your controversial thoughts. As long as this thing is on you, you'll never get anywhere. You have to do something about it. Chop off my hand. That's the only way. I have to chop off my hand. Alright. Technological literacy. Let's see. Research the device online. You might uncover a design flaw. Call your aunt. She owes you explanations. Well, she's already a doppelganger. I really don't think I'm gonna get anything useful from her, so I guess we'll just research. You've often looked up guides for programming or appliance repair. If you can fix a microwave after tearing it apart, you most certainly can handle this thing with a little help of a good tutorial. Rushing to your laptop. Oh, they made a typo. You boot up a few search engines and begin to hunt for answers. Unfortunately, the search ends almost instantaneously. Oh shit. Did they rig my PC? I mean, not my PC, but like the character's PC, so that we can't do research? Oh. Oh, no. Okay, the chip is detecting abnormal activity. Traitorous activity. Whether thanks to cameras, microphones, or some hyper-advanced brain scanner, your microchip can even sense you searching for controversial data online. And pushing your luck any further may lead to a lethal discharge. This is fucked. No fucking kidding. It's even more fucked that they blocked access to social media and porn sites too. Oh my god. It's making me think about... Yes? What's up? What's up, Kimsu? What the fuck? This is crazy. SimCorp likes their staffers to be discreet and chaste for some reason. The warbled voice is so startling you almost knock the computer off your desk, catching it at the last moment before it clatters to the floor. You whip around the room in a panic, searching for hostile invaders in the corners of your empty home. Only familiar shadows stare back. Okay, let's see. Find somewhere to hide before they can find you. Man, there's nowhere to hide. Call out for their intruder to show themselves. Fine. Show yourself, asshole! You raise your laptop like a weapon and try to make yourself sound intimidating, but your crackling, half-sobbing voice isn't particularly threatening. The unseen stranger's warbled spiel continues without missing a beat. Okay, let's see. Settle down. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just trying to give you a friendly warning as a fellow victim. Now, come closer. It'll be easier to talk if we don't have to yell through this crappy speaker. Hmm? Steadily, your eyes zero in on the voice's source. To the old cell phone you treasured for so long, emitting a soft vermilion glow and noises you've never heard it make. And the suspect is not a phenomenon of the manufacturers intended. Or this you suspect. Damn it! Dazed and confused, you flip your phone open. You are not greeted by an icon, or a caller ID, or text message, but a distorted video footage. Deep within the live feed's particular red sheen, a static, warped face stares through the pixelated screen. The image quality is too low to tell if they're a man or a woman. Sound too tinny? I don't know. To decide if they were young or old. Yet you still feel a nagging uncertainty that this person is important. Nice to finally meet you face to face, so to speak. Though I'm assuming you had better days. Now, I don't have much time to explain what's going on. Listen close, and make sure not to hang up. Otherwise, you could be in danger. Ignore the warning and mash end call with all your might. Agree to the stranger's demands and listen for now. What if this is also a trick? What if this is SimCorp being like testing me? It could be testing me. I don't know. I mean, I do want to listen, but I don't know. What if the chip, reacts to it? I don't know. The high-pitched pulse of static rings out of your device. Laughter, you suspect. Odds are this person wasn't expecting you to agree so quickly. Fuck! But they certainly aren't complaining either. L? L, like from Death Note? Thanks. I knew I could count on you. Call me L, by the way. I'd give you my real name if I could, but SimCorp never picks your brain for answers. They could figure out who I am, where I live, or what I'm planning, and neither of us want that. That you do not, especially since this L person doesn't mean brain picking in any metaphorical sense. Your palms begin clamming up, and your breathing becomes shrill. Maybe this was a bad idea. Don't worry, our connection is secure. I'm communicating on a limited frequency that disables your microchip sensors or any other recording devices they may have installed. Oh, sneaky. Okay. Maybe we could work together, Elle and I, to take SimCorp down? You can say or think anything you want with me. SimCorp won't even know a thing. Still wary. What if it's... I don't know. What if it's a trap? What if it's a trap? See, those human resource maniacs only trust archaic, discontinued tech. It's a precaution against hacking attempts or something. That means cutting-edge shit is almost too taboo for them. Okay, yeah. I get what they're saying. I get what they're putting down. Unless it comes from a trusted business partner. Since your clunker of a flip phone still connects to cell towers, but not to the internet, I'm basically in the biggest, bestest, most unhackable blind spot I could ever ask for. Better cut to the chase. Wait. The stranger speaks with tremendous confidence and breakneck urgency. The fearful thrill of knowing time is limited mingles with their robotic coldness. Better cut to the chase. Who are you and what do you want from me? On your flip phone's warbled screen, Elle's image shifts and multiplies as their connection grows unstable. They take a deep breath before making their desperate, albeit honest, request. Who I am does not matter right now. What does is the fact that I want to take down SimCorp. dismantle the entire company, reveal what they've done, and set the human race free. To do that, I need help from someone on the inside. And you're literally the only person on the planet I can trust to do this. Oh, no pressure. Okay. Oh, what the... Huh? This is definitely French. I don't know. Read this. Boss. You? You? Accelerate? Is that what it's trying to say over there? The last word? On the first line? C'est sûrement un miracle. It'll take a miracle. Oh bien, c'est trop belle pour... God damn, this is painful. I fucking hate French. It's a tough language. I don't know how much you heard about SimCorp's upcoming business partnership during your interview, but they're looking to team up with this humongous tech conglomerate, Radium Inc. That's right. You did hear the name mentioned a few times, not just at the office, but on the news too. Hell, you vaguely remember getting ghosted by their admin team after applying to work there. Though perhaps their rejection was for the best, since you lacked any relevant qualifications. I mean, you know, sometimes you have to apply for the job even if you don't got the qualifications. Who knows? They might say yes. I don't know. I'm terrible at giving advice for finding work. This is making me anxious about next month when I move. I really hope I don't struggle to find work. As the makers of some of the most advanced consumer devices on the planet, Radium's technologies are ubiquitous. Is that how you say it? Worldwide. From security cameras to self-driving cars, communication satellites, and smartphones for far more advanced than your antenna-bearing model, their digital footprint is everywhere. However, their list of human violations is just as vast. Oh, so they're in good company with SimCorp? Not a day goes by where the media won't report their latest lawsuits, their inhumane worker abuses, their hazardous waste dumping, their illegal data laundering, or even their consumer deaths. It's honestly a miracle the company hasn't already been sued into oblivion. It doesn't matter, because profit. Yeah, well, that might be happening pretty soon. I don't know all the details of the contracts that they're working out yet, but I do know Radium is in deep shit. The company needs money fast. And since SimCorp is about as cutting edge as dial-up modem, they see a ton of potential in purchasing a more contemporary competitor. The thing is, this buyout deal will help those maniacs control human history at a bigger scale than ever. The second this contract gets signed, SimCorp will have access to a full suite of new Radium hardware that's already been disseminated throughout the wider public. The kind of tools that could let them crank out more doppelgangers than ever, or even lobotomize people remotely. Holy fuck, that's fucking scary. Imagine. Holy motherfucker. Sorry. Like this kind of stuff just it fucking freaks me out. Think about it. Entire countries could have populations replaced overnight. Databases of shared knowledge could be scrubbed in seconds. Objective truth and free will could never become relics, or could forever become relics of a bygone past. The only way we can stop that from happening is by hitting SimCorp where it hurts, before their deal goes through, creating the kind of data breach this company could never recover from. I don't think I'm up to this task. I'm just a frog. Your head, already full to bursting, bloats with further revelations. You reach for something to hold on to, and almost fall over trying. So many doubts, so many fears, so many goddamn questions swim about your brain, until it feels like your mind is drowning in them. You don't even know where to start. But Elle's image blurs with worsening static, warning you to start asking soon. Okay? Why should I trust you? That's a good question. Why should I trust you? I don't know you. What does Radium stand to gain if this deal goes through? That's true. Why contact me? How am I supposed to stop this? Fuck, these are all good questions. I mean, I think the most obvious one is, why should I trust you? It's a simple yet important query. Believing a random stranger who hacked your phone and invited you to committing acts of borderline terrorism against a company that can kill at any moment's notice does not sound especially wise. Elle smirks proudly, almost as though they expected this reaction. Look at it this way. Your aunt always said choices have consequences, right? Well, right now your choices have turned you into the perpetual wage slave of a secret megacorporation from which death can offer no reprieve. True. I fucked. This ain't till death do us part type deal. This is for all of eternity. Also, your house was robbed. Clearly not a great track record for the decision making so far, or on the decision making. Whether or not you choose to trust me is completely up to you, but if you have any intention of living in the world, or in a world SimCorp doesn't control, I suggest you at least choose to work with me, if nothing else. Hard to argue with that. Any enemy of your enemy is better than nothing. And you don't need to become good friends to be good coworkers. Okay. What does Radium stand to gain if it goes through? Contact me, find out help, what do you need me to do? Okay. I'll just keep going through the questions until I can be like, yeah, sure. Okay, what will Radium gain? This contract sounds more like a one-sided acquisition than a proper partnership, plus, judging from what little you know of SimCorp, they don't seem open to compromises. Impending bankruptcy or not, how does this benefit Radium? Are you seriously asking why the ethically subhuman tech conglomerate has an interest in partnering with people who control the world from the shadows? Not to be a dick, but I think the benefits kind of explain themselves, don't they? In retrospect, they kinda do, yes. Still, you can't shake the feeling that there's more to this. Either something Radium is plotting in secret, or something else deliberately refraining to tell you. Hey, what up? Wait, what's that lead line? In the house like carpet, yeah? I'm in the house like carpet. I mean, you know, he was kind of spitting, alright? He was kind of spitting. How you doing, Bob Bob? How's your Saturday? I'm just playing a very a game where I got hired by a very morally bankrupt corporation. The guy shook my hand and installed a microchip. I'm like, oh, beautiful. I'm traveling with you guys for life. And they create doppelgangers by doing lobotomies and like replace like the actual person with that doppelganger. And like if you have any like traitorous thoughts, they can push out poison into your body and kill you. This is exactly the company I've always dreamed of working at. You just got home from work? Oh, finally! God damn, fuck work. I'm glad you are finally free from that job for today. Do you have to work tomorrow? Oh, shit. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Got any more brilliant questions for me, or can we finally skip past the preamble and agree to team up? Oh yeah, and now I'm being contacted by L, not L from Death Note, but this mysterious L on my flip phone, being like, alright, they hacked your computer, They broke into your place and scrubbed it. They scrubbed your phone's contacts. But let's team up and take them down together. So I have to trust that this is not a test or a trap. I do not. Hell yeah! Congratulations. You earned it. Let's see, why contact me? How am I supposed to stop this? I don't know. Just gonna ask anyway. Until a few hours ago, you were a jobless leech living in your relative's cheapest rental unit, surrounded by garbage, effigies, and a skyscraper of rejection slips. There should be quite literally billions of people more qualified than you to save the world. That's not true. I don't think there's a single person on Earth that could be more perfect for this job. No, not me, not me. I'm not qualified. 1, you work at SimCorp, meaning you have eyes on the inside. 2, you're a new hire, so no one will suspect you for asking questions. That gives us a way to gather information without much risk. 3, you have that new radium microchip, which is way easier for me to bypass than the older employees' non-disclosure fail-safes. 4, you're desperate to escape, so I'm willing to bet you'll take a few risks. And 5, well, this one's more personal, but let's just say I have a good reason to think you're capable and trustworthy. Bottom line is, I need your help, specifically. And so does the human race. They climbing in your windows, wait, snatching your people. Yup. They sure are. Their explanation is equal parts sensible and suspicious, very suspicious. But there's an undeniable earnestness to the plea too. The stranger really does think you're a chosen one of some kind, though you're a bit insulted that it's a mostly matter of circumstances, not due to your unique brand of subpar skills. Fine, I'll help. What do you need me to do? This whole situation is utter madness, but so is your upcoming tenure at SimCorp. If you want to live without the shadow of replacement haunting you forever, helping this L person is your best way to break free. Maybe even your only bet. Glad to hear you're on board. We might actually have a shot of winning now. The featureless face on your phone screen wraps nigh indiscernibly. You're not entirely certain, but you suspect L is smiling. When they next speak, their voice is more distorted than ever. Seems your connection is wearing thinner by the second. Alright, here's the plan. There's a maximum security facility deep below SimCorp office. Employees call it the Hive. I'm not 100% sure why it's called that, or what it does exactly. All I know is that SimCorp doesn't want any unauthorized individuals finding out what's inside. You need to find a way in. Then you'll look for the most highly classified piece of documentation you could possibly get your hands on. Steal it, escape, and bring it back to me. Then I'll leak whatever's on it to the wider world, and SimCorp will never be able to operate their secret ever again. This might sound like suicide, but don't worry. You'll have a friend on the inside. The receptionist, Nell, she's another one of my connections, but she hasn't been able to do much alone. Plus, she's deathly afraid of getting replaced, too afraid to make the bold moves you will. Find her and ask for help. As a fellow employee, she should have full clearance to teach you about the Hive. Just make sure not to get too noisy or your microchip will go off. If that happens, she'll be overseeing your lobotomy next. Shit. Then right as the image warps beyond any shred of recognition, you hear some final words of warning from your unlikely ally. Huh? Oh. That's, How can I hear the letters? How can I hear the letters? That doesn't make sense. Or the numbers. How can I hear the numbers that are in the letters? Doesn't make shit. I have to go. I'll contact you again as soon as I can. Just be sure to act like a good little employee, or they'll snuff you out. Make sure you find the hive, alright? Our utopia depends on it. Suddenly your screen shuts off, as though the phone ran out of battery. You sit here for a few minutes, hoping it will turn back on, but in time, even the dial tone fades. Wait a few more minutes before giving up. Check the caller ID history, just in case it can tell you who L is. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I'm just gonna give it a few minutes. You wait, and wait, and wait, but nothing reappears. Eventually you start nodding off, and need to migrate to your mattress. Hopefully, you'll dream better dreams. Whatever strange nightmare this was. Your head hits the pillow, and a flood of night terrors washes over you. Disturbing, surreal, almost silly stuff. Like zombie apocalypses or giving speeches in a class while wearing lingerie, as you've most certainly never worn before. It's almost a relief to witness such cartoonishly simple frights after a day like this. Part of you wishes they'd go on forever, even if they're scary, and leave you stuck in a headspace where SimCorp couldn't possibly exist. Yet again, if you find yourself wishing you'd wake up somewhere else than this, yet again, you wish time would ask for permission before racing ahead. And yet again, the concept of reality proves to be an unkind, callous bitch. Scream! After a few brief, restless hours, your alarm's familiar chirping demands that you wake up. Time to clock in. Chapter complete. The search for Mel. I think I'm gonna stop there. Leave it on a cliffhanger. I think that would be good. Let me go. Fuck! Let's try to. There. Exit. That's pretty good. You know, asking and presenting all the real ethical dilemmas. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. This is some crazy shit. Imagine. I mean, the dude just got a handshake and like boom, microchipped. Checkmate. Fuck. That's just crazy. That makes me nervous. 'Cause I'm gonna move, but I'm gonna stay with a friend and look for work and like hopefully don't encounter an evil corp like this. Be like, oh no, this is my only option at a job. That's how Big Brother starts. That's true. That's true. Like, don't give them any ideas. They're like, oh, a microchip that could detect what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Like, oh no, if you're falling out of line, dead. Worse. The nightmare never ends because you're just gonna get doppelgangered. Wild. Anyway, that's it for me. Hopefully I could pick up on the game some more sometime. I don't know when. Employers be like, true. True. Still gonna do some more grinding on Final Fantasy so that I can reach the end and fight Yu Yevon and get rid of Sin forever. Anyway, I hope that y'all take good care of yourselves and be good to yourselves, and that your Sunday is peaceful and relaxing. And thanks for coming by, blah blah. And Kim Soo, thank you. And Muddy, thank you. Right.